days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic relief crusader.
Hey guys, it's Friday, and welcome to another show of tantalizing, phenomenal, Frantic Fridays. And I want to say hello to everybody that showed up. First and foremost, Canadian Spider-Man was here first. Ahead of all of you. You should be ashamed. No, I'm kidding. You shouldn't be ashamed. You're here, and that's all that matters. And I want to say hello to King Dolphin himself, RN Feliciano, King Dolphin TV. Gonna listen, but not type I appointment. Oh, that's right. Yes, because he can't see right now. His pupils are dilated, but dude, you can listen, and that's all that matters. So I won't strain your eyeballs too much. However, you'll have to strain them during the commercials. Not my fault. And I'm going to say hi to Carla Burton. Hey, Carla, how's it going? And Christy is all the way here, all the way from across the Atlantic. Hello, Christy. How's it going? Oh my God, you killed Kenny. Let's see, I can't do it like Stan. Oh well, whatever, doesn't matter. Stunning and brave Megatron. Hello, Megatron. How voluptuous you are looking today. Glad to see you all here. And of course, what we do every time, we welcome our fellow ridiculous pundits here today.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Admiral King, how's it going?
I'm trying to dilate my pupils. Oh my God, I watched Loki this morning. Oh, I want to self-delete. Oh God, the things I've seen.
Slow and boring.
Nothing. I had such a hard time. Disney has to stop fucking over the people who review their shows. You have to populate some of these episodes with events. I mean, nothing happened. We talked in like 3 different locations about how we felt about what we had been through and what we're gonna do. This season's plot has not kicked in. We did not catch up with our bad guy faction. We don't know what's going on. We pruned some people, and they went to the place where the dragon eats you. But fortunately for them, they materialized in the only place where the dragon isn't there to eat you, by the dead Kang, who's like moldering and dead, even though time doesn't pass. And we haven't decided that we're going to rewind time 30 seconds to preserve good Kang, who we spaghettified last episode. And from what I understand, I missed an after credit sequence where during a black screen, someone simply yells, "You loser." Well, I already knew that when the show was over, that I was a loser for watching it. But thanks for the kick in the ass.
Maybe it was one of the writers that didn't get paid too much. I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be Dr. Doom.
Yeah, could be. The classic geeky leftist. How's it going, dude? This is where you can speak now.
You're muted. You're supposed to unmute your mic, damn it.
God darn it. Diddly doodly oodly oodly. All rightly diddly.
Oh my
Do you
God!
know
It's
there's a-
Robo Flanders.
Leave
You
it
know
to a
there's a-
left-wing guy to censor himself. God damn it! Go ahead.
Do you know there's a band based after Ned Flanders in the States? They're a metal band.
Yes.
Yes.
I
heard
didn't
that.
find out about that till this week. I was like, that's cool.
Oh my.
They're called like Head Bangly Head or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. By the way, I don't
No
want
way.
to jump on Teague's thing because I don't know if you have a news story to connect it with that with Kang and Doom and stuff, but interesting future
No,
things
I
coming
don't
from
know.
Marvel.
I just don't know if the lead actor playing the villain has any thing going on in his life worth reporting. I haven't heard anything.
Well, there's big
okay.
changes coming to Marvel by this. It's just a rumor, but there's big changes.
No,
coming to Marvel.
this Jonathan Majors lost the he said she said where he was never going to win because
Yeah.
all that the person had to say is, yeah, he made me feel scared when he yelled, and that's a crime. That is
okay.
in fact a crime. And so Jonathan Majors guilty of raising his voice, and we don't know what else because there's no witnesses, and out of a fucking job because of Marvel. And I gotta say, the way they broke off the Kang character by just having him blow up could have been done with CGI. And this episode seems this week's episode, I don't know if they had anything. They're like, we can't go into our final act because we just blew up our villain. That we're gonna. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do.
Nowadays, it's ridiculous. You can't even look at somebody left-wise and that, oh, that's offensive, get fired. Oh, stop.
And in fourth chair, we got Pop Culture Republic. How's it going, Guy?
Hello, it's going well.
Nice.
Coming in just in time to hear something about Marvel and trouble. No, say it ain't so.
No, because
Oh my
Get out
God.
of here.
Imagine a man with 4 arms and 3 shovels who keeps digging, and with the other finger, he's giving himself the other hand, he's giving himself the finger. Absolute contempt.
Hey,
That
totally
could be.
unrelated. Let me give some good news before you continue. The Beatles released a new song.
How is that possible?
I know what they did. They had a recording from John Lennon from years ago. Yoko gave it to Paul back in the '90s when they did that "Free Birds" or "Free Love" song. They did it, but they never finished this song. It's called "Now and Then," and it just got released yesterday. It's a brand new Beatles song. There's a video and everything. It's amazing, and it kind of gives me chills to watch. Like Ringo and Paul still come back to redo. You know, they can do it, but then they had George's old recording and then the original one from John, and it's amazing. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I know.
What you're saying is just now we've gotten something from then.
Yes.
What do you think?
Well played.
Let me ask you a question. Does anyone here think that Paul McCartney is talented enough to be bass player for his new band, the Rolling Stones? Might work out, huh?
Probably.
I think he might be able to pull it off. If he could bring some backup vocals, it would help. I wonder if he has any singing ability.
One never knows. Maybe Loki went back in time and got the track.
Exactly.
But that being said, okay. As we
mentioned time travel, my mind went blank because I was still thinking of Loki. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how bad this is. I will watch it, but oh my God.
I don't know how they could save it. I think the only thing they could do is keep it. I'll make this brief. This show has refused to advance the plot from what happened at the end of last season. We don't know why things ended up the way they did when they started. The only thing we found out is they like McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's it. And when they go to different eras, they don't know how to have fun. They went to the mid 70s and they wore tuxedos and they were just boring. They could have had like powder blue or something.
I like Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. He's actually good character. I like the Loki character, but
he's as bad as Patrick Stewart destroying his own legacy. He should have walked off this bullshit last year.
So, as we do every live show, we go through some stupid news, and this from Teague's favorite newspaper in the entire universe.
The New York
Post.
I don't know if I'm ready for
the
this.
New York Post.
Hold on, let me take my anti-stupidity pills before I throw up.
There we go. Pittsburgh Public Schools approve measure to entrust teachers on white supremacy in math classes. Because we all know that math is racist. Yes, because math is racist.
This narrative
and
needs
therefore
really needs to
yes.
stop.
And
Can apparently, if math is racist, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
If math is racist, everyone's in a lot of trouble because I've heard this said by people of all races. Numbers don't lie. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
So,
but don't forget, the extreme left don't like the truth. That's why that's why.
That's right. So let's do some simple math here. Okay. You have, let's see, 3 people. 2 of them are white. 1 of them is black. And 1 of them is Asian. How many people do you have? One
Only
That's
person
two.
racist.
is-
Stop it. That's
You have
racist.
one- You got
Only
one
2
person who's
because white
definitely
people
great
don't
at
count.
math.
Yes.
Is this a point where we get that Picard clip where he's yelling, "There are 4 lights"?
Yes.
Yes, they asked him what is 1 plus 1, and he's like, "It is 4."
That's about it.
Can we
Track
move to
math.
can some of us
Oh.
move to the moon? Let's make a home in the moon.
Yes, let's do this.
Let's
So,
find it.
studying a brave Megatron.
Yeah.
Does this class teach us how to become white supremacists? Yes. Yes.
Well,
it
by
does.
the numbers,
So-
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is the most
know-
insane thing you've ever found. I hate the New York Post because it's probably nonsense, but it's a great story as far as
Yes,
this
it's
show
great.
goes.
And,
You know,
and
this
Chrissy,
is the
if you
same.
want, one day I will invite you. How
Yeah,
about that?
This
Like,
is the
this is-
same group of people that when this country collapses in a heap of whatever, this is the same group of
Did
people.
you say whatever
that
or
will-
whitever? I want just be clear.
Whatever. Yeah. When this country collapses, this is the same group of people that will look up, look around, and stunned disbelief and go, "What happened?
Exactly.
We didn't see this coming."
And
Hey,
hey,
guys,
Christian Galore,
PCR
how's it
thinks
going,
America
man?
hasn't collapsed yet.
Yes, exactly.
I got news for you.
Yeah, no, I know it's collapsed.
So
Well, let
today,
me let me
we
jump
take
on
all
something
this
here quickly.
material that we're going to be teaching in the new school year. How much tonnage of waste do we have?
I'm going to
All
jump on
of it.
something to add on to this thing of how bad it's getting right now. I seen a
Okay.
video recently of a woman talking. Because women are now allowed to be drafted. You'd heard that, right? Because
Yes,
hey,
yes.
equality. She said, if any sergeant talks to me like that, like they talk in there, I'm just going to yell in his face, like, yeah, no, you were going to
Yeah,
shut up and
no.
listen. That's not the way that works. No,
You'll be
exactly.
hanging
That's
out
right.
with Chelsea Manning at the goddamn disciplinary barracks in Leavenworth. If you think you go ahead and bring, you know what? The military had to withdraw some of those commercials they made about how like it's the wokest place in the world too.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that controversy from last year?
I hope
No.
that woman ends up with a drill sergeant like on Full Metal Jacket.
Exactly.
I hope
Just
that
trying
no
to yell
one
at
gets
him like,
I hope that no one gets
You're
drafted.
made to malfunction.
I hope that no one gets I hope that no one gets drafted because there is no war. But yeah, this does not this does not work for me.
But this perpetuates
Hail
more
Sack of
racism, this
Iron.
white supremacy stuff. Why are we perpetuating racism? Are we trying to get rid of it? Like white supremacy, man. What? This is stop perpetuating it. Stop.
And-
Well, we're
that-
trying to get rid of it all the while perpetuating it because you have to have something for the
Extremists to complain about.
you
Exactly.
have to have something to justify their existence.
Yes.
Wow.
So
I
there
don't
was
even know.
that.
I no, honestly, I think the person who said this might be, but is like 75% likely to pass a polygraph test if they believe it. I'm really sorry, guys. There are people this fucked up. This is
No, they
ridiculous.
genuinely believe it. They do. It's scary as hell.
It's like,
yeah.
meanwhile, like, what are they, Hindu Arabic numbers? Like, that's not exactly Caucasoidal, ideas here.
Yeah.
Who invented the first computer that's mathematical? The Chinese. Like, what? How is math like racist? Right? Like because the Americans did the predictive math to do a moonshot better than other people. I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, but
If math is racist, how come the greatest mathematician in the world isn't always an English guy?
Yep.
There's no validity.
But
in that
remember,
statement.
it was the
This is
Arabics.
ridiculous.
Remember, it was the Arabics
Why
that
is Neil
invented
deGrasse Tyson able to understand the speed of light? How is Neil deGrasse Tyson able to understand how to calculate the speed of light? This is some serious fucking bullshit.
At some point, this
yes, it
line
is.
of thought
So-
just needs to come to a screeching halt.
Yep.
We need to put an end
Yeah.
to this nonsense.
Yep. Studying a brave Megatron says these dorks need a hobby. It's like you couldn't take up knitting. So
Like, there's
No,
math
it's
involved
just-
with that.
just
So
complain about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait. Somebody will come out and say, "Oh, knitting is racist." We can't have that.
No, exactly. You can't possibly.
You know what's funny? Just a quick note. They shoot
Oh.
themselves in the foot because notice they canceled Aunt Jemima. Why would you do that? She was an amazing, proud Black woman who owned her own business. She was a representative for it. You erased her from history. And you call everybody else racist?
Yeah, apparently
Well,
so.
it's just another form of culture cleansing.
Yeah, it makes no sense, though.
Ah,
They shut
but wait.
Yeah.
There's more.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Because apparently, let's see here if this computer actually works. But that's in New York City. Haters tried to bring down an Aussie-style sushi restaurant in New York City because the owner is white.
You would think it was
Go
because
figure
the
that one
food
out.
is shit, because sushi is garbage, but okay.
Oh, no. She's
Yeah.
good. I like it.
No, I mean,
But-
if their complaint was that the food sucked or that the staff sucked or that people were rude or that they
I found
wanted a New
bugs
York
or-
style sushi
Yeah.
place, I guess, but like what did they, I mean, I guess he should have been they showed him for how he was born.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
what was he-
Apparently,
was he
you
doing?
can't open a business because of your color. You know.
It's
So the
This is just
It
getting
is.
ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
Ridiculous.
It is. It is. A West Village sushi spot owned by a white Australian woman was brutally trolled by an army of woke internet activists. There's no oppressor quite like a white immigrant selling sushi, says the article.
What?
Just like
Just
why?
a quick
Why?
word. quick word
IQs
to
have
our
dropped
friends here.
suddenly when
Well-
I've been away.
Do we
Yeah.
live in a Mel Brooks comedy? Is this one big Mel Brooks comedy now going on? It's not
We
real.
are living a Mel Brooks comedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
It feels like it.
it feels
just a
like it.
real, a quick word to our friends out there. You do have freedom of speech, and we appreciate what you say. But you have to understand that, unfortunately, Euphemism Tube is not as understanding and forgiving as we are. So you got to be a little bit like with the asterisks and stuff like that if you want us to be able to kind
Yes.
of fully acknowledge what you say. Because if you, unfortunately, make the YouTube gods make us go away, then there's nowhere for anyone to talk. So there's also a Rumble side of this chat where you might have a little
That-
more freedom.
That is true. And also hail on Rumble to Guatemalan Rooster that happens to be there. So
Hey, Guatemalan
he's
Rooster,
listening
what's
at work.
up? It's been a
the only-
while.
Yeah. He says it's the only Aussie style if the chef is a prisoner. It's true.
What?
He said it's only Aussie
Everyone
style if the chef is
At this
prisoner.
point, yeah, at this point, all people in Australia, if they're like more than one or two generations there, are descended from both sides from criminals, at least partly, because it was the entire area was like a prison colony. It's in an episode of Star Trek,
Yeah.
so I know it's true. Yeah.
So basically, they don't want to
Exactly.
share
Yeah.
the food. You can't. I can't even make it or eat sushi. What am I allowed to even eat sushi because I'm white? Like, what?
No.
No,
No,
apparently
I
not,
will-
because that would
no,
be cultural
sorry.
appropriation.
I
So,
ate
you
can't
sushi
eat-
last night. I
Yeah,
ate
you
sushi
can't
last
eat-
night, but that's my nickname for my girlfriend.
Exactly. So
I have
Tom,
to eat sushi a
basically,
couple of times a
as-
week,
as-
or I'll be
as you
alone.
are of- So Tom, as you're of Irish descent, basically, you
Yes,
should only be
yes.
able to sell turnips
And potatoes.
Right.
and potatoes.
No,
Right.
no, those
So-
potatoes were culturally appropriated for the New World.
Yeah, and haggis is
Yeah, that's right, because originally
Yeah.
they came from Brazil. So
That's right.
yes. So you're
Thank-
only relegated to turnips.
Mr. Turnip Head. How about you build some boats and go fishing on that island of yours where you have no fucking food?
Meanwhile,
even heard
he
it
can
said
only
you-
roll cigars because
yeah.
you know he's Cuban. So as
Or
for me
eat
being of
bananas. I can
Germanic
eat bananas.
descent, or bananas, yeah. And as I'm of Germanic descent, it just basically boils down to me taking
We're
over
keeping
the
you away
entire,
from any
Yeah,
kind
this,
of.
Bratwurst
this
or
line of
something.
thought is getting ridiculous to the point where you say you can't eat food that falls outside of your ethnic or cultural group.
Yeah.
exactly.
sitting
Let's
next to
let's
two
see how
tacos. Oh,
far
wait,
we
I'm
can
Latino.
divide things.
That's right. Carla Burton and Voyager, New Zealand was a penal colony. Oh, so they traded with Australia. There you go. So
Is that because the Voyager people got stuff wrong a lot?
I've read it's bad to use chopsticks, and I like using chopsticks, but
I mean,
that's racist for white people to do them. Like, what?
The New Trek people get a lot of stuff wrong. Like, for instance, they have the Federation defined as good, but it's like fascistic and run by women.
That just made my heart sink. I'm not Italian.
We're going to fix this Federation that's all male by making it, run by women. And it's like the Federation happens to be totally fascist.
Exactly.
It's run by women, though.
Wow.
Pure effing hubris.
Some people.
That actress has said, go ahead and use the meme because it's entered the mainstream. But she said she was lied to, hired to be memed, and put through a fucking pantomime where she was forced to film a weird ending that they never used.
Ah, okay.
To complete their lie.
Hell, Gap After Dark. Hi ho, hi ho. It's up to get the Disney hose. What's going on here? I thought I had to complete that. So, okay, fine.
What's going on here? You can't eat food that's outside of your ethnicity.
There, I read it,
right.
Gap. I read it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, apparently you can't. So, shame on all of you. So, anyway, let's get to some of the news because, as you know, today is the day that the trailer for Echo released. The next Disney series that's going to be coming out on Disney Plus. And I kind of covered this like last year around this time and essentially saying like, why? She's an unknown character. But we're going to get our answer today anyway.
Ooh.
So
now let's remember though, we fast forwarded past a lot of good stories with a lot of characters that we're familiar with and like to make sure we got here to the middle of nowhere where everybody needs a lot of instruction to who the fuck this character is.
Exactly. So this one banding in the comics, Echo EP Sydney Freeland touts representation was extremely important to the series, revealed the character's background and powers completely changed. Oh, so now she has powers as well.
And I'm still asking, I'm still asking the question. Yeah, I'm still asking the question, who?
Yeah, who? Who the hell is this?
Yeah, you know what? I echo PCR's feelings on this one. Who the fuck is this character? Lyric or whatever she's called?
I know. Apparently,
Melody,
notes, in like the Hawkeye miniseries or something like that.
That's
Echo
right.
From the
That's
vaguely
How long
remember
until
her
we get
from
one
Hawkeye.
called Hero McHero Face? I mean,
Yeah.
this is not fucking well done shit anymore.
King Dolphin says, God, not representation. God.
Yes.
There's no dolphin in this goddamn story.
No, there isn't. So,
except for the tuna sandwiches she eats during the episode.
Yeah,
that was an unfortunate mistake of the drift net.
And only made by Japanese sushi lovers on top of that as well. So, Echo director and executive producer, nobody got that joke. Sydney Freeland made it abundantly clear how Marvel Studios plans to market, there you go, the upcoming Disney Plus series by declaring that representation was extremely important to myself and everyone on the crew. Well, good for you for thinking about
translation. We have totally taken a bunch of meat shield hostages from minority and vulnerable populations. And if you say anything about this show,
yeah,
we've got a meat shield. We have a bunch of
Guatemala Rooster and Rebel says fascist and run by women. Isn't that redundant?
In Star Trek, it is. It's very sad that. Look, you know what? They're the ones who did it to themselves. They sat down and said, Star Trek has always been just so hatefully misogynistic. We've created redress because to these people, words are violence and vengeance is justice,
That's
right? So they had to violently take vengeance on all the men in Starfleet by cucking them and replacing them with women. But since these people also cannot write, the actions of the Federation that these men who are wrong, that the story tells us are wrong, are actually correct. So Picard's like, we shouldn't leave people to starve and die. And they're like, shut the fuck up, sheer fucking hubris.
Ray the card, yeah, pretty soon Marvel is going to get to the Z-list character.
I'm guessing that Echo is going to be non-binary
herself. If they
herself.
last that long.
And let's not forget.
Exactly.
Echo herself.
And hell, Ray.
When this comes
So,
out and it bombs,
Yep.
they're gonna blame us for being racist. For not
Oh,
liking
of course,
Of course.
and not liking disabled people, and stuff like that. Gap also says,
While
"Is
eating
Echo going to
sushi.
have a non-binary in it?" Yeah, more than likely, I believe it. Yeah,
Let them
exactly.
eat
While eating
sushi.
Yes.
cannibalism.
So the article goes on to say, Freeland made those comments as part of a press event for the series where they rolled out the first trailer. Here is the first trailer. We'll just,
Oh,
pause every
no.
couple of seconds
No.
because we
No.
don't want to
No.
ding.
Do-
No,
do
no.
the,
If I got to suffer, you do too. Yes, we got to pause.
you know what, Mike?
every-
Here's my suggestion on this one. Go to YouTube,
and-
right? And use the
yes.
10-second jump. Use the 10-second jump and then
Oh,
pause
right,
every 10
right.
seconds. And then if you need to go back a little, you can. That is the safest method that I have used that I've not gotten dinged on yet. Thank you, God.
Okay, there we go. And also on
Only
top
a
of that,
matter
I
of
can,
time.
and I can mute
Yeah,
the
so if
volume
you-
as well. So the YouTube
Yeah, if you
gods
click
can have-
on their headline, it'll take you right to the YouTube link where the white. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
White is right on that one. No, not there.
No.
No, not there. No, not
It's
there.
okay.
You want to go to the
okay.
headline. Click on. Oh, wait.
No volume.
Do you have the 10
Little
seconds?
girl, little deaf girl, trying to get an ice cream, and she wants it, but I don't understand yet. Oh, and the kingpin looks.
Oh,
so
there was
innocent.
Kingpin.
He does agree.
Ice cream. Oh, that's it, dude.
Oh,
You had it.
Pause,
Bam!
pause this for a second just to be safe, and I'll say this
You didn't give
because
that
we're
girl
still
ice
on
cream.
YouTube, which is shocking. Wow, is that short?
Yes.
Wow, we got away with it cleanly. Let me just say, it's nice to see the Kingpin dressed as the Kingpin. I'll give him
He
that.
does a good kingpin. I like him as
Yeah, I
Yes,
really
he-
like him as Kingpin.
There wasn't enough. Oh, we got a little more.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
totally,
far
100%.
we are 25% of the way through the trailer because we're gonna get another Marvel thing at the end and like a whole bunch of tiles. But honestly, the mini trailer that begins the trailer is real good. We see the Kingpin looking very much as we remember him, acting very much as we remember him, being very true to character, and beating the fuck out of somebody. Way to go, Kingpin!
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sonny and Brave Megatron, where's my boy Howard the Duck at? Well, unfortunately, they probably won't do Howard the Duck because if you remember correctly, Howard, his feathers are white and he's male. So that's probably why you won't get Howard the Duck. So
He could become
Anyway.
a mallard tomorrow. He could be a mallard
could.
tomorrow.
he could. So, blam, blam, blam. You didn't give that girl an ice cream? Bam! This is what I think.
I don't care that
ice cream stand. But not today.
It's fine with
Word.
me if the Kingpin beats
I'll
up
look
a
over
woman. He's evil. He's evil. Let him do it. It's cool with me.
Exactly.
She's not a real person.
Oh, and she busts
Let him beat the
through a
fuck out of her.
Oh, did I just see that? Did I just see
Yes,
that?
you did. Yes, you did.
Oh,
Yes, you
come
did.
on.
And look, it's the secretary
Through a wall.
from LA.
She got powers. Bam.
And look, it's the cemetery from
Oh
LA
my
Confidential coming up next.
That sign in the background. That
Exactly.
sign in the background.
January can't come soon enough, right, guys?
No, it can't.
No, that's right.
Is
No.
he supposed to be in
Oh,
New
yes,
York
that's
still?
right.
Is that
And we
why
gotta
we're
remember
keeping
she's
everything dark
disabled.
and out of focus?
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, but remember,
They're filming
not
this
only is she
wherever,
deaf,
but it's
she's
supposed to be New
disabled.
York.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give more extra feeling to this character because if you don't, you're misogynistic, racist.
I'm assuming the
Ableist.
missing leg. I'm assuming the missing leg is still stuck up some man's ass who said the wrong thing, right? That's
Yeah.
how she lost it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
and not a car wreck.
Still
Oh,
rides
and
a
of course,
motorcycle
evil
despite
white
missing a
man,
limb. You gotta
and,
love the
you know,
confidence.
He must be a villain. He's white, so
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I say every morning when I look in the mirror.
Of course, just like Kingpin is white and bad and all that. Yep. No, you won't get me, bad guy. And okay,
Aesthetically,
taking a
so
shower in the
far,
rain,
this
whatever,
has
okay.
not
Blam,
bothered
blam.
me.
Another white guy dead. Okay, and what? She goes to South America. Yeah.
Okay, you have like
okay,
you have a
bird.
Mike. You have a
People-
cricketing robot effect.
Okay, we get
going on.
Bigfoot. So there we go.
yeah.
Mike, you're like you're roboting in a way
I
that's
do.
sort of
Okay. Well, bummer.
cricketing. Yeah, maybe just a quick like mic reboot or something, we can buy you like 5 seconds on this one.
We can sing the song.
As you can see, we don't have a lot except like raw violence from the Kingpin. I don't think we've seen people's mouths moving or anything. We've seen looks exchanged. I'm guessing they're probably trying their best to ruin this with pop music. Anyone want to guess?
Oh,
Probably.
gosh, yeah.
Probably.
Because this trailer so far is really pretty decent.
Yeah. Marvel didn't even try to use sign language. No, they probably didn't. No.
I mean, there's looks. If
Because
you
that
make
would
it a
take
villain
extra
movie
time and
about
money.
Kingpin, this actually looks interesting.
I like the fact that the Kingpin beat the fuck out of somebody. I don't give a fuck if it's a woman or a minority or whatever. Kingpin is a beat the fuck out of you kind of douchebag.
Oh, Kingpin's just pure
Exactly.
evil. He just
He's
even
a
care.
scumbag.
I mean,
He
he's
mostly
a
beat
proper
doesn't
villain.
discriminate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He mostly beats up white people, I'd point out.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Panic. Okay. I'm stronger than you as I'm Echo. Oh yes, and I got superpowers, blah blah blah, and I just snapped somebody's neck. Okay, great. Yay. And so we find out what happened at the end of Daredevil season 3. Or no, sorry, Hawkeye.
Okay.
And I'm so
This is
Okay.
I don't care.
Mike, is this consistent with the pictures you saw from the burned Daredevil stuff? Did he have an eye patch in that shit? Do you remember? Did you see both sides of his
At
face?
the end of Hawkeye, it alluded to Echo shooting him, so I guess this is more than likely the result. Yeah.
Okay,
okay.
But the burned stuff you saw, does he have an eye patch or is he missing an eye in that?
No, that's a good question.
I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember. Maybe an iPad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering where the burned Daredevil continuity timeline would be before or after this, because I'm seeing it's looking like they're putting a pin in an event by having him have a permanent disability from it. You know what I mean? Did he run into a cat? Did he run into a cat? You know what I mean? This is
And
the
Hail
worst thing they
32
do
Flowers
to
of
themselves.
Nick Weiser.
Hey.
What's up, dude? Glad to hear that. You're listening, man. Awesome. Yes.
Yeah,
Kingpin
actually,
is
cool.
one of the worst.
A quick
one of the
note:
worst
discovering
things-
that was Kingpin, the one who shot that she shot him in the face, so that's why he has the iPad. So they're saying here.
By the way, I just want to say this is one of the worst things they can ever do to themselves. We find out that they botch this all the time. It's that when they do these things, like put a pin in an event in time, they're unable to stay with it. So they'll mess that up. Like when Nick Fury explained how he lost his eye, eventually that just didn't work out either. You know what I mean? So we have
right.
Oh god.
And that's why they try not to be tangible in my opinion.
Well, you know what they
that's
use.
Why I think they try not to be tangible. I think that's why there's no storiness until the Loki episode I saw today had no storiness to it at all.
Up until a
don't know
certain
how to
amount,
explain
you know
it.
what they use now? They just say multiverse, and then they just walk
Oh
away.
yes, of course. Yeah, that's
multi-lameless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the article goes on. Not only did she claim that representation was paramount to the show, but according to Variety's Laura Clark, the character was reimagined. Ooh, she's reimagined now. That's how they write in the powers, I guess, at this point, because you need to revamp the character more because she needs to be all powerful and everything like that. So Clark wrote.
Wait, hold on. We got to remember something. No one has ever been the star of the show they're the title of, right? So maybe she's been changed so we can get a newer, younger, better Echo who's not straight or something crazy like that in there. You know what I mean? Like the movie,
a kinder, gentler Echo, maybe. I don't know.
Look at Moon Knight. Was Moon Knight about Moon Knight?
No.
Was Ahsoka about Ahsoka? I mean, I know I'm switching, but it's still Disney. Was Ahsoka really about Ahsoka, the Sabine show we all watched?
Kind of. It
Was
was like
Secret
her and
Invasion-
everybody else.
Yeah, like I said, it was
Secret
season
Invasion-
5 of Rebels. So.
Was
Hawkeye
about Nick Fury? You know what I mean?
Was Hawkeye about Hawkeye? No, it's about Hawkeye.
It was about it was only about Hawkeye if you count the fact that doesn't he make the sidekick Hawkeye 2.0 and pass the name fully on, right? It's about as much about Hawkeye as Winter Soldier and Captain America, right? Falcon and Winter Soldier. was
Yeah.
I
about
don't know. I
Captain
never
America.
watched that. I've never watched that one.
That
Oh,
one
and
might be
welcome
important just to
to-
see how dumb they are.
One sec here,
Yeah.
and welcome to Cosmic Wolf, who is a first-time viewer of the show. Welcome to you, dude. Both points mean the show will fail. Yep,
Yes,
exactly.
pretty
Most
much.
exactly. It will.
We hate saying it
So
because
Clark
we're
wrote,
running out of stuff to review. Yeah.
Exactly. Clark wrote, Freeland said, and the creative team heading blah, 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 blah. Freeland said she and the creative team, including head writer Marion Dare, have reimagined the character's ingenuity, making her a member of the Choctaw tribe from Oklahoma. Oh, so they're
You pronounced
basically
that
retconning-
correctly.
I did. Thanks to that Tim McGraw song. So, yes, okay.
Indian Outlaw,
Yeah.
the one he doesn't
Yes,
perform
Indian
anymore?
Outlaw, yes.
I have faith that he didn't want to die on that hill over the name of the song.
Exactly. No, that's how I remember.
His
it.
father was a Met,
Indian Outlaw.
okay, so he's all right.
Exactly. So Clark added, in the comics, Maya is from the Blackfeet tribe, but Freeland said that
Oh, diverse from one
accompanying-
Central Plains Indian tribe to another. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh,
Freeland
goodness.
said
Spinning,
that the
holy
accompanying
shit.
visuals amounted to a hodgepodge of imagery that made for a muddied and ultimately unauthentic backstory of the character. Oh
So
my
basically,
God.
we can't have Choctaw representation here.
Let's talk about this
no,
a second.
come
we really,
on.
No,
It's
we really
diversity
switched it
layered
up here.
upon diversity. It's
He is
multi-layered.
Choctaw. Yeah. She
Instead,
is Choctaw in the show.
we fixed it.
But no, we're taking it away from the Blackfeet tribe, right?
Okay.
Because screw
Their
that
name was
history in the
problematic.
comics.
Their name
Oh,
was
I
problematic.
see.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So you just basically took away everything from one tribe, transplanted it onto another because of feelings.
You know what?
And
I
That's
think we need
stupid.
to.
That's
Could
so
you just-
stupid.
How about
Yes.
you do this? Honestly, how about you do this? You dip down there in your little creative magic thinking cap and you put it fuck on and you come up
Yes,
with
Ray.
a fictional Indian tribe so that you don't insult anyone or elevate any one group of Indians over another or shaft anybody for someone else. Make a magical fake tribe of Indians, because this way, when you fuck up and really insult all Native Americans with this story,
Yes.
you can say at least these Indians are fake, because they're going to do something like they're going to do something stupid that these writers are not aware of in their activism.
Yeah.
Man, Randall Card says, and that's her new power for today's society, fighting the patriarchy by twerking them. Exactly. They don't no, and you're right. They don't know the difference. One tribe is like another to them. Yes, to them, exactly. But that's like the furthest thing from the truth, especially for those tribes that really, really hold on to their individual tribal identity, right?
Yeah.
And
As a
you
man
just basically
900
rip
times-
that away from them. You've insulted not only the creator of this character, her backstory and everything like that, but on top of that, you insulted the entire Blackfeet tribe nation.
Yeah, they're
By
very
taking
proud of
the
who
And
they're
the
from.
Choctaws. You insulted the Choctaws as well. Let's not forget here. They managed to paint with a wide brush or swing with a giant bat. I mean, they got a lot of people in this stupid
Yeah.
statement.
Yes. And then they
That
dare
never
call
need to be
us-
said.
And then
They
they dare
never
call us the racists and stuff like that. Oh my
I have
God.
I have a friend
Was
that's in
there
a
an
Cree tribe.
IQ?
She's in the
Wait,
States,
hold-
and
hold-
she's
hold on,
very
please,
proud
hold
of her
on, please.
tribe. But but they are
Yep.
very proud and honorable of their tribe, and you disrespect that. That's offensive there. So they're being offensive.
Yes.
No, but am I crazy
Disney,
here?
you're
Am I alone here to say that, like, as a very, very, very marginal descendant of Native Americans, like I'm 900 times more at like 1% than Elizabeth Warren. Like, I can't speak on behalf of these people, but I mean, for God's sake, this is like the most unasked for thing. Was there also a PR strike? Because this is like nonsensical. It's like, we really changed up the story. Our heroine's not from Boston, but New York. It's like, You know what I mean? It's like, our original story, the heroine was from Poughkeepsie and had blonde hair. Now she's from Schenectady and is a redhead.
man.
This is
Guys,
like,
if you guys out there in the chat can do me a favor, besides liking this, can you just spread this around? Because you know what, a lot of people, this is what I'm talking about reporting on the small news that nobody is talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking about, oh, they're going to be getting the old gang back at Marvel and stuff like that, or whatever's going on with the next biggest thing. But it's this small news that a lot of people miss. So if you guys that are out there in the chat, and I appreciate you all and thank you all for watching, whether you're on YouTube or Rumble, but share this link, share this show, because everybody needs to know about this. Because
this stuff that goes under the radar.
This show is happening. Yes, the Avengers reunion, we don't know. This is a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a thing. This is 100%. This is a thing.
This is not a rumor. This actually exists.
That's right. Because in their own hubris of trying to keep things so inclusive and non-offensive and blah, 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 they just did one humongous, big, giant offensive thing.
Yeah.
I would say like 2 or 3, but yeah, you're being generous. You're a nicer guy than I am.
Yeah, I am being generous. So that So not only is the character's background getting changed, but so is your power set. Of course, because if you're gonna reimagine the whole character, changing your origins and stuff like that, you might as well go for the whole kit and caboodle there. Freeland explained her power in the comic books is that she can copy anything, any movement, any whatever. It's kind of lame.
So she's rogue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it's kind of like what's the other one there? Taskmaster, I believe it is. That basically can copy any fighting style. I believe
that
one that they gender swapped in the Black Widow movie.
Right.
Yeah, I hate it when Taskmaster pops up on my computer and tells me I have too many programs running. So I fear that character. That's like Task Manager.
She says, I will say that is not her power. I'll just leave it at that. Oh, okay. So you're going to be like,
not.
Bag.
So we keep changing a character from the comic book origin to it's the character and name only. Why don't you just create something new? I mean,
yes, I agree with that. Create something new, original. It's like,
and also at this point, why did you buy these characters?
Yes, this is just basically our characters.
Why did you buy? This is like buying a Toyota, right? And then just building the frame of a fucking Chevy on the outside of it, like welding it on without any regard for reality. Like it's like, hey, I can still see that that's actually a Toyota with like Chevy doors. Well, I was like, no, it's not.
And then you rip out the Toyota engine and throw in a Ford engine because you want to.
And who's your enemy? The Fast and the Furious? I mean, what is this character?
It's like that Johnny Cash. It's basically the Johnny Cash song. Where it's taking the parts from the factory over 11 years or something like that.
One part at a time.
By the way, is this character's name Peg? Is this character's name Peggy? She has one leg.
Yeah.
Oh.
And how does she? Don't you need both feet to ride a motorcycle correctly and engage? Right? Isn't she missing? I don't ride motorcycles because I'm not cool and badass enough like this badass whammon, but don't you need both feet?
Well,
somebody
you
do.
Anybody knows the transmission is generally on the left side. So
how does she shift the gear with a fucking force? With the force?
Maybe it's an automatic.
She has one good
is usually on the left.
It's like a dream catcher hanging between the fucking handlebars. It just looks at it and lights up and you see the pedal go up
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So while Freeland made it clear the show seemingly had nothing to do with the original comic, no, really?
You think?
She did try to sell the show as gritty, explaining that the series will follow Echo after a seismic event takes place within her family. Oh, okay. So it's due to traumatic events. Okay.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah. Huge. So huge. Maya is the very vulnerable emotional place after this. the director asserted. She's got all this bottled up emotion and rage and feeling inside of her, and she doesn't know what to do with it. And there's going to be somebody there to give her a little nudge. So, oh gee, I wonder who that could be. In fact, she describes the show as an exploration of trauma and how we deal with it, how we cope with it, and how it affects us, how we affect it, and how it affects those around us. So,
What?
so
So it has
this
nothing
is
to
gonna be
do with the
a
comic book
mystery.
character then.
No, this is going to be
Yeah.
a show about basically, and I'm not insulting women out there. I am not. But essentially, this is going to be a show about a woman's feelings.
Can you imagine if the show is
Yes.
basically, because they're this inept? Can you imagine if this show basically just follows him around as he beats down one chick after another till one chick finally owns him at the end? You know? And like
there you
suddenly,
go.
like,
Ray,
so it's
Ray
like
Ricard might have it here. She could have had the bike modified like disabled veterans do. Yeah, that could
Yeah.
be.
You can
never know.
actually make it automatic. But I mean,
Yeah,
if it's going to be on her emotions, and every 28 days, doesn't she get a little angrier?
that's her power. Isn't that the superpower in Whoopi Goldberg's comic book? That's her
The
superhero
chain,
strength.
yeah.
But could you
Yeah.
imagine, like, seriously, imagine this is, say, 8 episodes, which is about what we could
Right.
expect within 1 or 2. We might even
Yeah.
be 8, right? Let's say this is 8 episodes, and for the
Okay.
first 7, they just okay, like there's some feelings in hallways and shit, but for the most part, it's just following Vincent D'Onofrio, this imposing, around the streets of New York City as he beats the fuck out of one Ruby Rose type tough chick after another who thinks she's really badass. And it starts like creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. And it's like all of a sudden it's like the most downloaded show. And then like in the end, when the chick owns him, it becomes like the most hated show ever. And it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, we're sorry. We're gonna make a new alternate ending where he beats up that chick too. It's because people are just so
Yeah.
sick of it. It's like
Yeah.
when the woman approached him and punched him, even though she was 4'11", I expected him to fold up like a sack of potatoes, but he hit her back and she hit the
Yeah.
wall and like bounced off and she was messed up. I couldn't believe the cause and effect. And like people were like raw realism powers like Kingpin to #1.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say, like from the trailer we watched, I look like a Kingpin villain story. I want to see that now.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'd rather
like,
see
that looked
something
cool.
on Kingpin than
They're
this
selling it that
character. I
way.
mean,
He looked
we-
badass.
we've moved up from feelings in hallways to what? Feelings in a neighborhood.
Fists in
Feelings
an
on a
alleyway
dark
was an
alley.
improvement.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
feelings
That
in a
was an
dark alley.
improvement.
I will have to say one thing though, that alley scene was amazingly clean for New York City. So I'll give it that much.
Yeah.
You know, not as real as I would have liked it to be, but only T can say if that was realistic enough. So
I'm just trying. You know what? My thought was that it could have been filmed anywhere. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I will say this though. We do know that when they do productions in New York now, they bring in like fake prop garbage because there was more
I bet.
garbage on the streets in the back
Yep.
of the day. So I mean, this image that New York was really filthy and horrible was like it was pretty true. In the last 15 to 20 years, we've been getting more of a handle on it. It's
Oh,
nice.
okay, cool. Oh,
Hmm.
nice. So to
Nice
that
to
point, she also noted, it's not the fate of the universe at stake. This is the fate of family. Freeland also declared, we wanted very, very adamantly to show that these people on our show, they bleed, they die, they get killed, and there are real consequences. Well, no kidding.
Did they just
We
say
already
these
kinda-
people? Isn't that offensive?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What do you
that's
mean
right.
by these people?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Changing your tribe and now saying these people? What the hell?
Yeah, come on.
Oh my god.
Now that's a cool poster. That mine is her. That
That
looks
is-
cool with Kingpin. That
Yeah.
actually looks badass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually that's not too shabby. So
Oh, by the way,
fine.
just for context, the mayor of New York may be arrested in like the next 4 or 5 days. It looks like something's up with his campaign financing. What a
Oh,
shock!
joy.
Uh-oh.
Really? Oh wow.
So
Uh-oh.
really, life mirrors art here, right? Because the Kingpin is like a big New Yorkie kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Oh,
Canadian
Canadian
Spider-Man said it
Spider-Man, of
right here.
course.
He's absolutely right.
Of-
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Of course, twerking fights the patriarchy. Yes, we all know that.
I
So
know
we
a
are
lot of
powerless.
very rich
and
white people
the,
who are hurt deeply by that scene. Yeah, they were angered
I
and
bet.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did a lot of good. I know a lot of women who got promoted to jobs because of that scene.
That's right. And just as a reminder again, don't do it half-assedly. Use your whole ass. So Ray Lacard also says, well, the mayor was committed to clean alleys, forget rampant crime and mutants. Clean the streets and alleyways was number one. Oh, okay. Well, I get that then.
In the world of Daredevil, because in the world of
Probably.
Daredevil, okay,
Yeah,
because like in
Yeah.
what just be really honest with you, New York City, the Manhattan part that everyone thinks of as New York, it's not
Right.
so huge, and it's an island, and like we're in the Northeast, and it rains, and
Yeah.
there's just not that much visible trash like the way you're seeing. I'm not saying it's super clean and power wash. I'm just saying like it looked like a set. It looked like a set.
So the official synopsis for the series states Marvel Studios presents Echo, spotlighting
I hear an echo.
Maya Lopez.
Exactly.
Maya Lopez, as she is pursued by Wilson Fisk's criminal empire. When the journey brings her home, she must confront her own family and legacy. Oh, so okay, hold on a second here. Okay, so Maya Lopez, that sounds awfully Hispanic and not so, what's the word I'm looking for? Native American?
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
being Native
Oh,
American
no.
washed or whatever. Like,
Yeah. That sounds
No, you know
odd.
what? I want to be.
I
I want to be.
I don't even think there's
no.
a term for that.
No, I want to be.
Yeah,
fair
this is
here.
something new.
No, there
So
isn't. I want to be fair on this one, real quick.
Okay.
Just Chipotle from Deep Space Nine, Robert
Right.
Beltran.
Yeah.
He identified as Mex Indian. Okay, and that
Oh,
no, listen,
okay.
that's from 30 years ago. Like, I'm not just like, nothing controversial about Robert Beltran, and I love his performance, and I love Chipotle. But
Yeah.
I do want to say, like just because she has the Latino last name, that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have to
Yeah, I
be called like Walking Cloud or anything like that.
yeah.
well, it's just disappointing that they couldn't actually got an authentic Native American to play the part instead. But what are you going to do? Anyway, along with Cox and D'Onofrio, the series also stars Chase Chasky, whatever, Spencer, Graham Greene, Tantu Cardinal. Oh, Tantu Cardinal. Interesting. Because he's a really good actor. Deborah Jacobs, Zon McLaren, and Cody Lightning. It arrives on Disney Plus and on Hulu on July the 10th. So yeah, there we go. We're getting an Echo that is not Echo, and basically and new superpowers, and yeah.
I'm gonna watch it for Kingpin. I do want to watch it because of Kingpin. That looks cool. He looks like he's gonna be better.
I'm going to be skipping it, just like I skipped like half of the Disney TV shows.
Oh, Guatemalan Russo and Rebel says,
yeah.
Then anyone who notices that the car has different parts is a bigot.
I'm
yeah,
a
that's true. Yeah.
masochist.
The motorcycle is powered by dreams and friendship, he says. It's a Mjolnir motorcycle, and it's white men that can't ride it. I get it. Okay. That's a good
You
one.
can get
I like
automatic motorbikes. They do exist, actually. Look at the Honda
Oh,
Rebel
God.
1100. That's actually automatic. So automatic bikes do exist. So I can see that.
Here we go.
So, yeah.
Cosmic Wolf, Tom, brother, you'll watch anything, including paid drive.
True. He knows me. I know this gentleman. So yes,
Oh,
very well.
you do? Okay,
I do. He's a very good friend, and he's
Ah.
yeah. So
Well,
Yeah, but
then
here's the thing.
Cosmic
When it
Wolf.
comes
I'm
And
torturous.
remember, stay
we can try
for
fundraise to be like-
the end of the show, because we'll have a surprise for you, Cosmic Wolf. So
but we've gotten reviews that are from this planet from Tom, because he'll be like, I enjoyed it. It was probably insane, and I get why people hate it, but I enjoyed it. Like, he's never like, no, everyone needs to like it too. Like,
well, no, exactly. Like, I love the Sogo.
Yeah. I like parts of it, but yeah, it's.
But I think you can be. I think you'd have a Mexican last name and still quote really be Indian. I don't want
exactly.
too much.
Ray Lacard
still,
says, what do you know? Graham Greene, he's been playing a Native American for years. Yes, amazing, isn't it?
But still, Robin Hood was trash. So anyway,
Robin Hood. Oh God, we can watch that if you guys want. I have it.
I still
have episode 1 and 2.
Okay.
I might watch it
But-
later on my channel if we don't watch it here. It's too golden.
But
We
yeah,
watched some of it.
you
Without,
guys-
we watched,
It looks golden. It looks.
we watched some of it with
something.
And
We
Canadian.
thought
I'm
that
sorry
you
the
were
rest
gonna
of the
have
world
to
that we
call-
made this.
we thought that someone's gonna have to
Yeah.
go give Appy on like CPR. He was laughing so hard and like it's like this is trash and like just rolling off one joke after. Like Appion was just like couldn't believe how insane Robin Hood was. It's like this is so much crazier than anything I ever imagined.
And
Oh,
then you
yeah.
actually tweeted
So,
about it. Like, notice it's supposed to be the hood, but the place is so nice. You mentioned that actually.
It's
I was
so
like,
much nicer than where I live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
nice,
so much
clean
nicer.
hood.
And their crime
It's a hood
free.
where
Exactly.
people actually
It's well
care.
kept.
And
Yeah.
also in that hood, they're on a crime spree to pay for free healthcare.
Yeah. Go
Oh,
for it.
how
Exactly.
nice.
So-
And the
Damn,
villain
our
is a guy who
Canadians don't
came
need
in
it.
out of, and the villain is a real estate developer who walked in and like the show is so poorly written. Like someone got shot in the building that he wants to buy, right? Now he's portrayed as a dick and he has dickish plans for it. But as far as this goes, somebody got shot by like untrained cops. There's no repercussions. The cop's still out there running around. But this guy who's really like a real estate speculator, he's not liable for it, walked in and offered the shooting victim $1 million and didn't want anything back from it. He just offered her straight up $1 million and she refused it just so she could say fuck you to him instead of like say taking the money and helping out the other poor people or being prepared for life as someone who's going to be completely disabled because she was paralyzed. They're only going to go start launching a violent crime wave to pay for your medical care. Take the money. That's the villain.
Yeah, no,
Went
I
there
know.
and-
He's,
That's how badly written the show is. The villain showed up with $1 million and said, "Just take this for your troubles." And she's like, "Fuck you."
Notice he covered his ass though with the shooter. He wasn't white, so they didn't want to go that far.
He was Latino.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's
so,
not racist at all. That doesn't
No.
sound racist at all.
Back on topic.
There's a topic.
So this show comes out next year, and yeah, there is an actual topic. So how? Okay, because this is fun regardless, because how
It is.
bad is this
It's
show?
really
gonna-
stunning. It's really
It's-
stunning. Some of the things you're saying, though. I mean, even after
Yeah.
all these Marvel crazy ideas, I've seen Black Widow, and I'm sitting here like, this is stunning if true.
Yes. But I mean, God,
I want to watch
this
it for
is
the
just-
Kingpin stuff, though. I don't care about her stuff. I want to see
Yeah.
Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin would be the
Yeah.
the only reason to watch the show. I
It
like
has
the
to be,
actor.
like-
I like the character.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
be
But
good
if
just for that.
And he
Here's
plays
the
such
thing,
a
if
good.
it's only
He owns that role. So
in the first
Yeah.
episode, it'll be mostly
But,
Kingpin. Then you have to go
yes.
by episode 2. If there's almost no Kingpin in episode 2, wait till after it's done and watch
Right.
somebody fan super cut a Kingpin only. It'll probably be 18 minutes long. You'll get all
Ah,
the Kingpin, and you won't have
yes.
to watch the other 5 hours.
yeah, true.
be honest,
true.
The first show
That
will
seems
be
to
the
be
first show will
good.
more than likely be Kingpin, and it'll go through her entire childhood up to a certain point. You might see like maybe 5 minutes of action, and then it'll just cut there. It'll be probably
And she
like
loses her
I'm
leg, and then,
betting-
yeah.
Yes, I'm betting it'll be somewhere between 40 to maybe 50 minutes long of nothing but yap, 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 feelings. I lost my leg. I went deaf. Oh, there, sweet buttercup from the Kingpin. I'll take care of you, blah, 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 and I'll make you a badass. And
Substitute father
fighting.
figure.
Exactly. Substitute father figure, and then probably by episode 2, she'll get like amazing superpowers. And
Didn't they tell
There's
us?
no way it takes. There's no way they
told-
hold off until episode 2. Sorry, that's all I had to say.
No, it's a similar story to Thanos and Gamora.
what's
So,
that?
Remember, it's
Oh,
Thanos
that's
and Gamora.
right.
He adopted
That's
her.
right.
Yeah,
His family. So
that's right. Yeah.
Nothing new
Yep.
under the sun. They're
Oh.
recycling.
Perfectly recycled,
recycling.
as all Disney stories should be.
Yeah.
Yep.
He killed the
Oh,
family
God.
and
It's just
her whole tribe.
Yep.
And let me adopt you and make you a warrior.
No, this story is different. He only wishes away 1/3 of the people.
Ha!
yeah, that's right. So as we're around the 1 hour mark, and to all you new people out
Ooh,
there
yay.
that are in the chat, whether on
Yay.
Rumble and
Thank you. We love
on
you.
YouTube, we'll just take a very brief commercial break in our little saga of Japanese commercials.
Oh joy.
Okay, because
Oh,
we're professional
no.
broadcasters here.
I don't think I'm ready for this.
That's right. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, no, I'm sad.
Oh no!
Drama continues.
Oh no! It turned into a daytime soap.
It did.
When actually
It
she's just
did.
lying to him so she can go sleep with long man.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's how bad it gets. Because it's nothing without trauma, especially in a Japanese commercial. So
Yep.
so Ray Lucard. Well, Thanos would make Echo into a cyborg. That's true.
That's
too.
true. Yeah.
He's already got one artificial leg. Why not just give her a matching pair?
Yeah. Give her functioning legs and then something to hear.
That turns out to be perfectly logical within the way this stupid story is. But it's actually Ray Lucard might be better at auguring this because I don't think they'll have that. That's actually not the worst idea compared to what we've seen. I mean, Amelia Clark growing a tattooed arm. Remember?
Oh yes. No, put us in the writer's room, and
because everybody knows that
much
tattoo
better ideas.
No, I like
That's
Nebula.
right.
I think she's
because
a really
everybody
interesting
knows
character.
that tattoos are part of DNA.
Right.
This is, yeah, exactly. And this is what I want to say right now. If there are no drugs in the Marvel writers' room, fill them with drugs. Right. If there are drugs in the Marvel writers' room,
take
get
them
them
away.
out. Get them out. Whatever it is with the drug policy there, reverse it because it's not working. Whatever's going on.
Reverse it. Try something
but
truly radical, like get new writers, perhaps.
Before the meeting, we need you to blow into this device.
Exactly.
PCO, imagine this. Before the meeting, we need you to blow into this device. You can't go to the meeting. You're too sober. Go back there, have 3 more drinks, and next time don't be late.
Story.
Next story.
So on to the next drama. So because we just well, I called it.
Is this going to be good?
Well,
no, he said Marvel. Oh no.
Oh, you said Marvel, so it won't be good.
I said the good, the bad, and the Marvel. So that was Marvel.
Here we go.
And, it's up to your proclivities on whether or not it's bad or good. So, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Well, I know where I lean.
Yeah.
Honestly, you turned a good phrase with that one. Congratulations on that. I think that's very catchy, in my opinion.
Well, thank you.
No, I think you really did turn a good phrase on that one. They don't call you the comic relief crusader for nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. I concur.
So, as we know, we're coming up to the end of the year, and this year has just been so much full of promise by a certain creator that created Guardians of the Galaxy and made 2 out of 3 fun films. Because let's face it,
I think I know where you're headed.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you know, he did announce earlier this year that the first show to come out would be in 2024. And does anybody remember what that first show would be?
The Hackalight.
Not really. I wasn't paying attention.
Not really.
Which one was
the
it
circle
again?
takes the square?
To refresh everybody's memory, the Creature Commandos.
Oh, this one.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't the Superman one. Yeah.
Yep. James Gunn Creature Commandos reportedly delayed to 2025.
Okay.
So it's going to be delayed.
What's Aeon Flux doing in that?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be delayed by a whole year.
So they're really scared to reboot this now.
Yes.
I got a quick question. Quick question for the guys.
Yes.
In 2023, between Warner and Disney, did they push more movies than they released? I think they did.
I think they did. Yep.
Yeah.
If we count the one they burned, the one they just burned outright, they're like, we're not even gonna push it. Burn it all. It was like, just imagine like the Warner Brothers guy, like Saruman in that, like burn it all.
Yeah.
So did we push more movies than we released? We did, right?
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
100%.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Wow.
Because this was supposed to be, okay, first of all, obviously animated, but second of all, it was supposed to kick off the entire new James Gunn DCU.
Yeah.
Actually, next year, but this is now delayed to 2025. So apparently, the whole animated project has been delayed. So Animation Studios, Bobby Pills, who's been working on Creature Commandos, provided some details about the series and revealed that it would not arrive until 2021. Well, I wonder why that is. Bobby Pills
Wait.
research development. Yeah.
But is this still delayed? This was pushed from 2020. Oh, I'm seeing it now. Oh my God. Yeah, keep reading. Wow.
Yes. So Bobby
Holy
Pills,
smoke, this is
development
incompetent.
supervisor. Yep. Yannick Castelling detailed, we are working on Creature Commandos with Warner Brothers, directed by James Gunn, the big guy. Balak and Erica are supervisors. It is 7 22-minute episodes, but we'll have to wait until 2025 to see that on screen.
What?
He added, it's a very high inaudible quality. You can see that on screen. This is the design, the character design. It's ambitious, one would say.
So they buried this idea in the pet cemetery, and if it comes back at all, it's going to be very, very different.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Sorry, I've
the
seen that
whole
animation style many
video-
times before.
Yep. So the whole video has been immediately
Taken down.
off of
Yeah.
Warner
Wow.
Brothers.
Before you
Yeah.
continue, let me say this.
It was my channel.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Before you continue, one thing I'll
Okay,
say on
you-
DC, they have done right. Their animation has usually been good in the last many years. They do good animation. The stories
Yes.
are well told. But now I'm scared
Yep.
they're going to ruin that part, which is their most solid part.
It's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That is
Yep.
totally 100% fair. So, what's going on? This is the weird thing. This was previously detailed in an exclusive from The Wrap that the animated series would premiere sometime in 2024, when they shared an exclusive that Frank Grillo would provide the voice for Sergeant or Rick Flag Sr. Sorry. Gunn shared the news on X, writing at the time, "True, happy to welcome Frank Grillo into the DCU as Rick Flag Sr. across all media." So, I mean, there is the tweet that he posted way back in April. So Grill also shared a screenshot of the article to his Instagram stories, noting that the series would not be delayed. He wrote, no delay in Creature Commandos, all ready to go as per James Gunn. I'm so pumped to see this. Well, yeah. Well, okay. So something majorly must have happened in order to delay this. Anybody got any theory?
I thought James Gunn would have tweeted that because he's a tweet whore. So I mean, he tweets everything.
It makes me wonder what's going on behind the scenes, because if they pushed something back a year, year and a half, whatever, there's got to be some major freaking out going on.
Well, isn't there a rumor of the sale to Universal? Is that still a rumor?
Could be.
Well,
I have no idea.
There's a rumor there's a rumor that DC Comics, like comic company itself, might be up for sale. And that there are rumored to be two very interested buyers, one of them possibly being Image, which is totally out of left field. And I want to dig further into that to see if I can find out anything, because I haven't really heard much of anything lately. And,
I haven't either.
And like I mentioned before, I think probably a little over a month ago, Marvel, especially back in 1984, was very interested in publishing the DC Comics key characters like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and the lot. So with that rumor, and like I said, this is only rumor, so just take it with a grain of salt, like many people say.
Right.
maybe something is going on that is causing this to be delayed. I'm not sure.
We're not getting anything solid, so it's going to be open to
No.
speculation. Everybody's going to be
Yeah.
speculating, guessing, wondering what's going on, because when things like this happen, there's going to be something major going on. Like somebody's looking at Gunn's treatment or his ideas for the DCEU, the cinematic DC universe, and they're probably freaking out, going, "You want to do what?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
probably a lot of the
because
backlash they got too, because and Black Adam, I'm not saying it was a good film or anything, but the promise of the return of Superman, which was an awesome ending. I love that
Yes.
ending. They
Right.
and then they hinted at that, but then nope, that's not happening. And then you had Blue
Yeah.
Beetle, and like I said, I didn't hate the film, but whatever. But
You know-
they seem to be getting bomb after bomb after bomb, and the fans want Zack Snyder back if they want him, but yet they're not giving us what we want. Let's reinvent it. Let's
Well,
do this and that, and
It's
I don't-
probably
I
time to
gotta be
bring
honest,
everything to
you
an
can't bring
end.
Zack-
Let it.
yeah.
You can't bring Zack Snyder back, because what he's going to do is, even if he makes his best movie, he'll never make money, because like, it's back, the Zack Snyder DC Snyderverse movie, coming in at 8.5 hours long. Superman
Right.
shaves. Superman shaves just part of his face. Is
There's
one of
actu-
the most amazing procedural shows. When he shoots his laser beam eyes into the mirror, Zack Snyder, this is what I'm thinking here. And if I've been a little too mean to Zack Snyder, I'm sorry. If you like the way he puts things on screen, we
I
can
love his
debate
stuff.
his stories. To Batman versus Superman, it's just a stupid story. But I mean, honestly,
Yeah, no argument there.
I know you
there's
think
parts of
Gotham
it
and
that look
Metropolis look the
cool.
same, and I agree to an extent.
No,
There
but
was
I
no
also
difference.
I think that Superman is more suited to rescue Martha than Batman is.
Well, there's talk now of somebody else wants to buy the Man of Steel and make part 2. I don't know who yet,
My-
but
my-
there's
but
rumor.
just real quickly on this show that they don't want to do,
Right.
simply saying non-binding canon, people would say, all right, I'm ready to consume this non-binding canon. I want to have my DC fun. In fact, maybe non-binding canon is happy. Maybe that makes me happier. You know what I mean? It's like, we'll just say it's another Earth. We already have that out there. If you had a show and it was good,
Well,
and
because
you
they
wanted
already
to
did
release
state
it-
that it would be Elseworld. That's the thing.
Right,
It would
'cause
originally
they've
Notice
got
both
their
Marvel and
Elseworlds.
DC do the
Right.
multiverse. It's easy writing.
I think
just-
I think it's financial. I think
Yeah,
I think that
It could be.
I don't think, because there's no real problem here with confusing canon, right? You can say, like, we're headed towards a reboot. This is non-binding canon, but people have an appetite for DC stories, so we have a world,
Yeah.
and we're gonna hive it off. It's gonna be our animated world, and we'll do stuff from there. And maybe there'll be more than one, but right now, this is one animated or one story coming through to this world. And we're not committing to anything beyond this. They may go on their own, but we're not going to say we're going to interconnect it, because that's another thing people are tired of in Star Trek and Marvel and Star Wars, where everything's too closely woven together now. And if you
Tied
don't
in.
know one thing, you don't know anything. And at the same time, you're selectively ignoring a lot too. It's really a big headache.
They have to make
Well,
people forget
because-
the Flash. That was
No,
Well,
that's
God,
true.
yeah. That's the thing, because I mean, Warner Brothers Discovery stock is at $11.70 a share.
Yeah, remember we watched it live that
So-
time. It was dropping as we
Thing is-
Oh
talked.
yeah, we were
But the
talking
thing
it
is-
down.
that's right.
It was amazing.
Yeah, we shouldn't
Yeah,
talk
it was
about it
pretty
anymore.
cool.
But here's
It'll
the thing: it
crash
stayed
if we
the
keep
same,
on.
because if I remember, that was the bottom, was 1170. It stayed at the bottom. So if
Yep.
we start talking about it again, it could get worse. We don't want to put anybody out of work here. I mean,
Yeah.
God.
Actually, I think it went to
No,
10.9 at
that's
one
true.
point. I think it did. We
Oh
brought it to
God,
10.
really?
I think it
Yeah.
probably did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So Gunn
How
previously
long before some of
announced
these
the project-
companies get unlisted? Just very quickly, how long can these companies before these companies get unlisted from the stock exchange? This is still
I
a capital.
don't know.
They might want to run a commie company, but the New York Stock Exchange and places like that are just going to say, you don't make money, F you. You don't cover your nut to be
That's
on.
true.
You don't deserve a seat here. You
Yep.
don't generate enough commerce.
Oh,
They're
and I
bigger
just
people.
want to add. And I just want to add to the 13 people watching over at Rumble, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining in. And
thank
please
you.
consider
Very cool.
subscribing and hit that like button because I would greatly appreciate it. And just carry on in the chat and have your say, because I am interested to hear what you guys have to offer out there. So that being said, Gunn previously announced that the project was the first one in his DC Universal slate back at the end of January. So, like I said, earlier this year, he stated it. The first project, he said, is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something that we're going to do is that a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice who plays them in live action. So at the beginning of the update, he revealed that Superman Legacy, a film that he describes as the true beginning of the DCU, would arrive in theaters on July 11th, 2025. So,
if they're holding it back because they're redrafting, you know what would really make me feel better? I'd give them like 3 months if they just said this. They won't, but if they just said this, we've decided to hold back our script for some redrafting. We're making sure it lines up and makes sense. I'd be like, whoa, their stock would go up like 20 cents immediately.
But here's the thing: if this whole Creature Commandos thing is now delayed until 2025, that's what is that going to be pushing his Superman movie to 2026 now?
Yeah.
Is it going
year
to be
and a half?
Well, where it's released in July, they still might keep it because it's
the optimistic implication is that the Superman movie has now become such a priority that you have to kick this is the happiest face they can put on it. But it doesn't seem like they're coming out to say that.
Yeah.
Like if they're like, James is fully engrossed in a vision of Superman that fits with the traditional beliefs in the character, yet addresses the concerns of people who were less than thrilled with the last iteration. And he just doesn't have time for this. And he doesn't want to delegate it because it's close to his heart. And we're sorry that we're not getting products. That would sound a lot better than this.
Yeah, another factor could also be they're pushing it. Oh.
Go ahead, Guatemala.
No, go ahead.
You roboted there, Mike. Well, as you were speaking, you roboted too. So we were all.
Guatemala Rooster said they had different storylines being interwoven in comics to get people to buy all the comics. They'll want to do the same for shows and movies because they think they think it gets viewers for everything.
Right. Now, I was about to say that there's also another factor that could be looking at and pushing things back a year or year and a half or 2 years is the so-called superhero fatigue. If they push stuff back a year or year and a half, they could say, oh, look, the superhero fatigue has gone away. We can put out superhero movies now and people will enjoy them again.
The superhero fatigue is not going to go away until movie theater owners get a sit down from the studios where they're like, we're going to want you to keep more of the money for longer on this next movie because here's our philosophy. We're going to make a good movie that's going to prove to you that we can make even more. So when this movie fails to take off for a couple of weeks, it's because we've realized our advertising is now almost wasted. We're plowing some of this advertising back into your profit. If you guys can give us a second week with full screens, we have a lot of confidence. And we're plowing our advertising money back into the movie here, guys. We have a lot of confidence that we're going to make a movie that people would say word of mouth is going to blow up. And then quote George Lucas, the Godfather opened on 100 screens and took a year to blow up. We don't give movies 2 weeks anymore. If you can give me this one more weekend, I promise that after my opening is anemic and my second week has, but my opening might be anemic, but my second week will have minimal drop off. And week 3 will be bigger than week 2. And we'll stay around that for a long time. You'll make your money. I swear to you, we're putting all the money. Well, here's some of the story. We're going to give people Superman. We're going to give him he's going to be unambiguously good this time. He's going to save people other than Lois. You know, this movie, here's some pictures of this movie. Here's a movie poster that's going to blow people's mind. Check out our commercial.
I'm not terribly fond of the term superhero fatigue because in a low-key way, that's the studio's way of putting blame on the viewing audience. Like if a movie doesn't do well, if it bombs, then they can go, oh, it's superhero fatigue. It's the viewing audience not wanting to see it.
It's the laziest.
While I'm
So,
leery of the
yeah.
term,
Yeah.
haven't we all
Yeah.
gotten to the point where, unless it's our favorite hero, right? Unless it's our very favorite hero, don't you kind of need to hear if it's someone on the edge? And Indiana Jones turned off a lot of people, but someone on the edge of being our favorite hero, right?
Yeah.
It's like Blue Beetle,
Guatemalan
right?
Rooster.
Like, we have to hear
Guatemalan
from a
Rooster
friend
also
now.
says, for me, it's not superhero fatigue, it's woke fatigue. I don't care to give
Yes.
people money to people who hate me. Exactly.
okay.
I say
just
bad
quickly.
writing fatigue.
Just
Yeah,
quickly.
go-
we look at
he's
Marvel.
Go ahead,
right
Tom.
too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
hold on. We look at Marvel. Okay, their movies have been good except for the last so many years, up until the end game, and then it's been
Yep.
trash. But they never really had a strong animated version. They're okay, but they're and
True.
their TV
True.
back in
yeah,
Netflix was
yeah.
amazing. Their TV shows in Netflix, awesome. But then once they did their Disney Plus thing, they're whatever. Now we
Yeah.
go to DC. I like the Zack Snyder stuff. I know not everybody does. But then it's been kind of garbage the last while. Flash, the worst movie I've ever seen. It was junk. But their animated series are solid. They always do great animated. Like that's why I'm scared
Agreed.
if we're gonna,
Agreed.
exactly. And then their TV, and just to lead on what recently happened too, CW. Let's be honest, I liked some of them, but some of them were good. And as of now, today actually they announced Lois and Clark are canceled. That's the last season's done. They're canceling.
Wow.
So I'm wondering if
Superman.
that. I wonder if that's
You mean
tying in with all
Superman
this,
and
and they're going
Lois,
to
right?
officially.
Superman and Lois.
Yeah, Superman Close.
Yeah.
It's officially
Oh,
canceled.
wow.
They're done. So the CW is official.
That's too bad.
R.I.P. DC Universe. It's done.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they can reboot a TV. Maybe start a new, get a different channel or something less woke, let more open, and reboot the DC TV series. Because
I'd like to see
That's-
more comic
that's an
properties
idea.
moved to the small screen because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see whole comic book storylines done as TV shows. That way you could have a
Yeah.
15 to 20 episode season fleshing out a good storyline.
I liked the. Oh, go ahead.
This is DC,
Cosmic
so
Wolf
maybe
says,
they'll
I
pull that
think
off, huh?
James Gunn believes since Guardians of the Galaxy was such a huge success that he can do the same with B, C, and D list characters in DC. And unfortunately, he's just delusional.
Yeah, that's true.
I
I mean, I didn't mind
I
Guardians,
think
but-
that.
I
yeah.
think to
know.
a certain
I-
degree,
or-
I think to a certain degree, I do agree with that.
Yep.
How about this one? James Gunn, like he's fairly consistent, but when he misses really, really, really bad. So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
yeah.
like people were saying, like they loved the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was too disturbing. So, like, James Gunn, like, we saw a Suicide Squad movie far inferior to his. Like, the Suicide Squad movie he made was fun to watch.
Yes, Ray. I
And there's
agree
supposed
with
to be
you.
an
And it
unreleased
had
version they want to
moments.
release. I'm still waiting to see
Yeah.
the unreleased version of that. But just to finish the point, though, is I just
Right.
think go like Netflix did with Marvel. You can do it more uncensored. They were awesome. Those Marvel TV shows were actually really well done. Like
They
the
were,
Punisher
they were.
and the Daredevil, and
So let's
yeah.
do a
Good.
little brief review on what he wanted to bring out, because I didn't actually get dinged for this last time I played it. So
Uh-oh.
let's just do a quick recap
Okay.
as I unmute it.
Out over the next year. First, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that
Yeah,
resets the entire DC universe. And then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker. And this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of lanterns or space cops watch over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of the Marvel characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is a story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him.
We have enough losers.
It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series.
Exactly.
One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents. Whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway.
Supergirl was originally sent to Earth to look after Clark, but now she's just trapped in a piece of land, so she's not even sent to Earth. So rewrite that entire story by the sounds of it. And...
This could be.
And Damian Wayne is a badass. That's
CW Supergirl. CW Supergirl. If this is still the same one, right? If they're going to pick up on that continuity, they somehow threw her back in time. That spaceship from the from Man of Steel, the one where Lois sees Superman, people think it's the Fortress of Solitude, but it's just a crashed Kryptonian ship. That has something to do with Supergirl. That's what they did with that story. They threw it back in a hole in time or some shit like that. So if they're going to do that with CW Supergirl, I don't know.
This is a very good point.
Yes.
This is a very good
Ray
point.
Lucard, nobody outside comics knows those characters. They just intro them with no story or build up. This is why Batman movies keeps using the Joker. Everybody knows about the Joker. he's not getting these done. Gunn announces it so he can get money.
Right.
He's
You
going.
know,
I think so.
I'm going to go off
I
one of
do
the
think
past
they're
points
broke.
made is because Guardians, they weren't known characters, but they were awesome movies. The first two were amazing. I love them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now he thinks he can do it with all characters. For the most part, no, you can't.
You know,
we want.
We
no.
may have
It
been,
does
we may
sound-
be out of underutilized,
Hold
beautifully
on, Teague.
conceived bottom shelf characters.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pop.
It does. Okay. It does sound really ambitious. I'll say that because his treatment, what he's putting out there, sounds really ambitious. This is the sort of thing that makes me think it'll either be really, really awesome and good, or it will be really, really bad. I don't see there being anything in between.
I agree, and as long as
He's
it's not
got
touched
to
the
hit it.
concept like the CW and they make it woke, if they actually stick to
Right.
story and stuff, maybe it could be good. I'm not going to say it won't be, but if they put it more of the woke version, sort of like Marvel does and stuff, then I'm just
It's got to be good out the gates because, like Ray Lucard said, nobody knows these characters. The general movie-going audience do not know these characters. If you grew up reading comic books, like the great majority of us nerds and geeks did, we know these characters, and we can nitpick the differences they take with these, the liberties they take with these characters. That's why we get so upset about it.
Well, look at Echo, perfect example, like the previous story.
Exactly.
Like, they messed her up. Like, so.
Exactly. Here's one lesson I have learned, and this is kind of come from a different source, and this is why I think James Gunn is going to fail hugely on this. Okay. And this kind of goes into collecting, okay, action figures and stuff like that, okay, because as some of you guys out in the chat might know, and I do know that Tom knows, I collect action figures just like him, and most of mine are Transformers, right, like in a masterpiece scale, like big scale, and and eventually there were a lot of third-party companies that wanted to make their own of characters that weren't released by the, say, mainstream Hasbro or Takara Tomy official line, right?
Dollarama has a lot of those
companies. Yeah, that's true. And what a lot of third-party companies would do to really get their foot in the door, they would always introduce the big five main characters of either the Autobots or the Decepticons, right? And those would always be the big sellers, because once you make it in the door with collectors that way, right? Let's say you started to put out figures of like, the most popular Decepticons, right? It would be obviously Megatron, Soundwave, Starscream,
Devastator, maybe even
who else? Devastator, you would do like Constructicons, stuff like that, like the really big popular characters. Or say on the Autobot side, you would have like, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, because everybody loves Bumblebee. You would have Grimlock because everybody loved the Dinobots. You would have, like the big name characters, right? Because everybody knows them and they always sold the most, right? Now, what these guys are doing, it doesn't matter if it's Marvel or if it's DC, they're taking these small little unknown characters that nobody couldn't give, like Ray said, that nobody couldn't give two craps about, and they're hoping to make them mega popular. It's not gonna happen.
Like
you have the bread and butter, you have your Iron Man. Books. Yes.
Yep.
Exactly what he said. You have your Captain America, you have your Iron Man, you have your Thor. Those were the big main titles that made Marvel big, and you integrated them all together because, they were the Marvel comics, the Avengers Marvel comics, they weren't doing really that well for a lot of years.
X-Men was beating up on them.
X-Men. It was always the Marvel X-Men that was selling. And then when Fox got the license to do the X-Men, they made them huge, right? So Marvel's like, well, all we got is like, we basically got these, B characters because, again, Marvel with selling the Avengers wasn't really doing all that good. But thanks to the movies, they turned them into the next big thing because everybody knows Iron Man, everybody knows Captain America, everybody knows
Hulk.
Thor. Exactly. Everybody, everybody all around the world. But now you're
What's-
bringing
what's
out
that in
characters
quick
like
perspective?
Stupid Echo,
Yeah.
you know, and now like with James Gunn Creature Commandos, you know, you're turning like Amanda Waller into like this series.
Nobody wants to
couldn't
watch
give
this
two
series.
craps
Nobody
about
wants
Amanda
those.
Waller.
Can I jump
No,
on your
you're
theory?
turning-
Can I jump on your theory, good sir,
You're
for a
turning
sec?
Green Lanterns into basically space cops.
That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Come
No,
on,
they're
go ahead,
powerhouses.
Bob.
Lanterns
You know.
are super powerhouses.
Yes.
But to jump on your
Yes.
theory, like you said, big
Yes.
with going with the figure, Optimus Prime. They had a robotic version a few years ago, which I still want. That's $750. They're not going to release one of the unknown
Yes.
Transformers to that. And the next one they released, Grimlock, again, a well-known Transformer. It's $700 some dollars, but you know they're not going to put an unknown name to sell at that price. They want the known characters. So if you want something to sell, you can put the known characters. So
Do they want the known
exactly.
characters?
So if-
Can I give my part of this theory now? Because
Well,
I think you
well,
guys
yeah.
both
You know
have
what?
something.
If James Gunn would actually think it's like, okay, we're going to reboot the entire DC universe. Okay, we're going to go in with our heavy hitters. We got a 10-year plan, just like what Marvel did, okay, with Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Guardians of the later on Guardians of the Galaxy, but you know what I mean? Building up to the Avengers movie, which carried it over more, which carried it over again more, all the way to like Endgame. So what James Gunn should have taken a hit right here. Okay, we got our most popular characters. We got Batman, we got Superman, we got Green Lantern, we got Wonder Woman, we got what's another big DC
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. We got all these characters. Okay, let's start out swinging. Let's start out with their individual stories and let's build them up to an Avengers-like movie called Justice League. See, Zack Snyder, you know, you might like him, you might hate him, but they did it way too quick. Way too quick.
And notice Guardians were unknown, but they didn't introduce them till later. They were already established with the main characters in Marvel. Then they introduced Guardians. I like the way they did that. That was like, okay, here's our main guy.
Because they had to interweave it into a cosmic thing, because these Infinity Gems are not just on Earth, but they're scattered all around the universe. So
but
you
they were
kind of
already
had to bring
established.
that in. Yes, but they
already
were.
Yeah,
that's right.
Can I just
now,
can I really put
so
put
go
my
ahead,
little
T. You
2
were going to
cents
say.
on this? Yeah. First of all, it's 16 years at least now that we've been raiding the bottom and middle shelf of this bar. And the chances of us finding any more really, really good, overlooked, dusty booze bargains are getting very low. You know what I mean? Like somebody who with a practiced eye walked by and they're like, Iron Man's like a 1A superhero for no reason. He didn't really take off like 62 Spider-Man in a similar series of cartoons. I wonder why, you know, and then just like, they wanted it to be that Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, but it doesn't take off at all. It's like it had like a weird like almost success, and then the Elektra movie like retroactively kills it, and I think a couple of cast members die.
Yeah.
But that's so. First of all, it's been 16 years of raiding the bottom shelf of this stuff. All right, so that's a long time. And the thing is this: we have lower stakes. If we take someone like, I don't know, diversity person, and we make and they're not that well known, but they're cross associated with 4 or 5 bigger characters. Like they hang out with Batman, you know what I mean? They know they know Solomon Grundy, right? Whatever. Like if we put diversity person out there and diversity person pops because for 2 seconds she sees Batman, everybody cooms and they make money, and that's the best way. But if we put Batman out there and we end up fucking up like Matt Reeves and making a 4-hour movie that's indeterminate, and with just the biggest problem with that movie is that we don't know how much people liked it because there was no way to really see it enough because it was too long, and we all know it could have lost 40 minutes. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're correct.
First of all, Guatemalan Rooster says Amanda Waller is not a main character. She should be like a Nick Fury or a Hawkeye type, a character in multiple shows or a multi-show continuity. Yeah.
I would even be less. She's less than Nick
like
Fury. No offense, but she's even lower than Nick Fury.
No,
He is.
I mean, that does sound better.
So Now, back to the article. The date is important because Gunn promised that the Creature Commandos would come out before Superman Legacy back in April. He wrote on X, Superman Legacy comes out on July 11, 2025. That's the first film. Creature Commandos will be out before that on TV, right? There is the tweet. There is the receipt right there, right? That's what he is saying. So in September, because we had the writer's strike and everything like that, Gunn also declared the show would not be impacted by the then ongoing WGA and AFTRA strikes. He responded to a user on Instagram asking about more news on Creature Commandos and informed them, right? He said, it's animated. So it's separate from the strike. We're working on it. I love it. I think it's going to be different than what people expect. That's what he says. Okay. So apparently animation was not exactly affected by the strike whatsoever. Oh, that's right. Because remember, he just said it in the video that we just watched. He wrote all the episodes. Right?
Quick question, guys.
Right.
Do we believe him, or is he simply a very believable hostage? Is this a hostage thing where he's just good at it? And he's like, oh,
that's
we'll
a
delete
good
you if you don't
question.
do it right. And he's like
That's
right out
a
of
good
frame. There's like
question.
two people with Uzis, and he's just
Right?
like,
Right, that's a good question, because
great.
Here's the thing: is he pulling a Michael Bay and saying, "Oh no, this is what's actually going on," and then something else is actually going on in the background that nobody else is seeing, right?
Right.
And
This
because
even
Michael
makes
Bay
me
is
think.
famous for doing that.
Yeah, this even makes me think that he's putting the stuff out there. Some studio bigwigs might be freaking out, so they have to reel him in. It's like, no. Here's what's really going on. We're going to tell you what's going on.
Yeah. Can I quickly just chime in on this one too? About sorry, go ahead and read Ray's comment, and then I'll tell you my thought. Yeah.
Ray Lucard, the Justice League Unlimited cartoon years ago used Booster Gold, but he was stopping minor things because the big names were busy. Booster felt unappreciated until someone said thanks. Yeah,
I
there
remember
you go.
that.
Right?
That was very good.
I don't mind the Booster Gold character. He's actually cool. Yeah.
This is the
okay. Go
thought
ahead
here about what James Gunn is saying. Really, the last place NFL team coach still has to say on the first day of practice in the next season, "We're going to win the Super Bowl this year," and no one believes it. But if he doesn't say it, he loses his job. So he has to say it.
Now,
Can I just say a point of reference here, just quickly?
Okay.
We're talking about the same guy who, once Henry was let go and everything, he goes, "I want a younger Superman," and then just recently said it's not about Superman's age. So yeah, I think he likes to BS a lot. He has no idea.
I do. I do think so. Yeah. Because what are we getting, right? Because he's constantly backtracking on everything that he says. So it's still possible that Creature Commandos will arrive before Superman Legacy, but clearly the show has been delayed from 2024 to 2025 sometime. As for what could be causing the delay, it's likely that the animation given Gunn had previously confirmed the voice work was completed back in August when he was questioned on Threads about it. So, however, Gunn has made it clear that he would not be beholden to release dates that might cause the project's quality to suffer, while providing information about the DCU slate to select media he detailed, "We are not going to put hundreds of millions of dollars into a film where a screenplay is only 2/3 of the way done, and we have to finish it while we're making the movie. I've seen it happen again and again, and it's a mess. I think it's the primary reason for the deterioration of quality of films today versus 20, 30 years ago. I would assume that this would also apply to the television shows and animation that will be part of the DCU."
Well, there is no more television shows. So
with that
what is
said,
he wearing? What is he wearing? What kind of pants? That's his pullover. That's his pullover. Okay, it's like, what's with that belt?
I noticed that too. Actually, I was
like, strange. I had to see the collar. They're like, okay, and I hope that wasn't a suit. Because that's
some sort of weird sweater kind of thing. Yeah.
Now, with that all said,
I'd rather have him show up looking like Tim Burton if he's going to sell this crazy a vision. And it's like, oh, you're not
Yeah.
going to see stuff for a while. Like he got the idea. He stuck his finger in a socket to get the crazy hair, but
Yeah. So
Yeah,
along with
with all
Brillo
that-
as Sergeant Flag, the series is also expected to see David Arbor play Eric Frankenstein, Indira Varma as the bride, Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus. I like Alan Tudyk. Maria Bakalova as Princess Ilana Rostovic. Sean as GI Robot and Weasel. Zoe Chow as Nina Mazursky, and Steve Agee as John Economos.
a list of household names if ever I've heard them.
Yeah.
I've
Yes,
heard of
exactly.
one of those characters. I'm not gonna
You know,
lie.
it
Well,
also
Adam Tudyk,
brings
I
to
know
note that
as
he's taking
Wash.
a,
Yeah,
from
we all
Firefly,
know
so-
Wash.
But
He's
the
taking a
characters-
big gamble
Yeah.
with these characters because anybody outside of comic books will not know who the Authority are. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
big gamble.
No.
My advice is go back
Yeah.
and watch Farscape again. Forget about this garbage.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
not looking good. It's
I mean,
not
I
looking
didn't even
good.
really know about Creature Commandos. I mean, I was never a
Yeah,
big DC
don't know
comic
them.
reader, but I don't
I mean,
know
I like
Creature
monsters, but
Commandos.
you know,
Yeah.
And Aeon Flux looked like they had Aeon Flux there surrounded by a
Yes.
bunch of monsters. I don't know anything about that.
no, I love
Was there
Aeon Flux.
ever
That'd be
enough
cool.
to go on with? Was there ever enough to go on with Aeon Flux unless they were going to like give her some kind of backstory and we find out what motivates this edgy spy mission? Because the Liquid Television narration, as cool as it was, we didn't like. She had some obstacles to overcome, and a
It
goal to
was
fulfill, but there was
strange
nothing
and
more.
I couldn't
French.
get into it.
It looked cool. It looked
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, it
Yeah.
looked really cool. The art style was
was-
very
it
different.
was-
So.
Yep.
Yeah, it was very,
But-
very different.
but,
It was really odd. So
I have no faith in James Gunn. I don't trust.
I don't
him.
know, folks.
Yeah, it's a toss. It's a
Yeah.
toss up now. It's a
Let's
crapshoot.
just
We
say
have
D-
no idea what's coming down the pipe.
No.
DC is under the
No.
gun.
And
Ah,
And
ah,
Aquaman.
ah,
I
you're
got
waiting.
you.
I
You were
saw it
waiting
there.
all
Second.
show for that joke.
But
I have
Aquaman
been,
is going to
like,
be a
writing
bomb.
down my jokes this show. Yes, I have a
Yes.
little
I'm
index
just curious
card when I wait.
how much money Aquaman's going to
Yeah.
lose. So
Yeah,
maybe
that's
at this point it's all lost, and you can
Yeah.
only at this point so much is lost that just releasing the movie for anything you can get back is probably you need that money just to fire the pumps to get anything out. Anything. They might be that broke. This
Oh,
this-
yeah.
This
And
looks
like I said,
financial
I
to
don't
me.
know.
A
There-
lot of this
RIP
makes
is-
more sense financially.
the CW is
There's-
officially dead as
financially-
of that. So they have no TV.
Oh,
series
yeah.
CW
anymore.
seems to be dead, but just I want to say it all makes the most sense under a financial lens. I may be wrong.
I think somehow, I don't know, I get this really odd feeling that Aquaman 2 might do somewhat well at the box office.
yeah.
If you
Somewhat,
consider it
somewhat.
only if
Not
you consider it
fabulously
found
well.
money.
Yeah, not fabulously
You're-
well, but somewhat. It's
It might
I don't
do
know.
well to break even plus some, but it won't be
Yeah.
a blockbuster. I think the era of billion-dollar blockbusters is over with.
Okay.
This-
I got a question for everybody on the
Yeah,
panel. If you guys,
okay.
oh, sorry, Pop, you go ahead first.
It's I may be alone in this, but I think the future for superhero entertainment would be best suited to the small screen because I'd rather watch a comic book character get the Netflix Marvel treatment than a big movie that won't do anything. You can do so much more with a 10 to 20 episode season to flesh out a storyline than a 2 or 3 hour movie.
Character development that way too, better.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
look
no.
at the Dark Phoenix saga. The Dark Phoenix saga. They've taken what 2-3 stabs at that on the big screen.
Oh, and that's
Yep.
such a good character, but it fell flat because you didn't have
It
time.
can't. It does not translate well to
No.
a 2 or 3 hour movie. You need a season to
Yeah,
unravel
actually,
that
100%
story.
agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to put it to everybody in the
So-
panel. Which is going to bomb
Yes.
worse, the Marvels or Aquaman 2?
Oh, the Marvels.
Oh, that's a
Easy.
coin flip.
That's not even
I
a
know.
question.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think because of what you misheard, Miss Poopy Pants
Yeah.
there, and it's going to be interesting to see which one will do worse.
Yeah.
Aren't they are they going to be in the theater at the same time at this point?
No, that's coming out in a couple
Aquaman
months.
2's
Actually,
in
next month,
December.
actually. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
finally the 6-year epic journey to get this movie over with. Think about this, man. All these people have gone 6 years on 1 year's movie pay. I don't know how much others. Where's the other Jason Momoa movies? Where's the other Amber Heard movies?
Well, you brought it up.
Where's
Didn't you?
anyone's other movies?
You've said
Once you get
before.
locked into
Guatemalan
this, the reach-
Guatemalan Rooster says Guatemalan Rooster says on Rumble, agreed that superhero shows are better in series or multi-season shows. More time for plot and explore more villains.
Yes.
Netflix explains that perfectly because some of them were amazing. But,
Foggy, what were you going to say, bro? I mean,
Well,
sorry,
I was-
geeky leftist.
I was gonna say, well, you mentioned it. We talked about when was the last Aquaman movie, and then we realized, oh wow, it's been.
We were
forever.
stunned. It was like 2 years earlier than the earliest guess. Like, what do we say?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like 2019, but it was something
Yeah.
insane like 2017.
I know, and now
Something
here's
like
the next
that.
one many years later. It's like what?
And a
Weird.
summer movie at that. It wasn't like it came out at the holiday. We were like, whoa, this thing's
Yeah.
heading towards being a venerable movie.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
just like, wow.
And those poor
Yeah.
crab people.
Okay, well, time to end off the week with a cartoon. Is everybody ready?
Woohoo.
Yes.
Sure.
Yay.
Okay. Good
After all
enough.
that, we
Why
need
not?
to cleanse
Yes,
our palates.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
we need a palate
to
cleanser
every-
here.
That's right. So to everybody that's on Rumble and on YouTube, and if you're first time here, all I have to say is enjoy the show.
I think I may be going crazy. I'm starting to hear voices.
Luffy, where exactly are we?
Holy shit! Yo!
Don't give it up, Luffy. Don't give it up, Zoro. Don't give it up, Nami. Don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Land! Cody, we're saved!
Oh no, that's a marine island.
Who cares, lad?
That particular naval base has captured one of the most terrible pirates known to man.
Johnny Depp is not that bad!
No!
I've faced him before and crossed death reference off the list.
Zorro!
Antonio Banderas!
The boat's on fire.
We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn!
I've killed a man with my own teeth
That's some
before.
bullshit.
Honey, I will kick your ass.
Now this is my kind of place. Ah yes, food. Blech, hell no! Give me back me money! Almost died back there, Cody.
Luffy, we should not be going toward the marine base. We're already in huge trouble.
Nonsense, boy! I have to find out who this Zorro character is!
Luffy, I'm gonna level with you. I think my best bet is actually to become a marine. All I've gotta do is knock on this door and ask for a job.
Screw doors, lad! Follow me!
Luffy, wait!
Oh my god, Cody! You'll never guess what I'm looking at! They're filming The Hangover 2 over here!
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's just like the first one! Wait a second, who's over there? Is that you, Zorro? Zorro! 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 Zorro!
Eat me!
Yeah.
Good God! How did we not notice her before? She snuck up on us like a...
Like a ninja?
Cody! Don't you ever say that word again!
What? Why?
Ever!
Hey there, Mr. Zorro. I got you some food.
Zorro, what are you doing? I said no visitors.
Cody, where's the top half of that guy's head?
Yeah, you're one to talk. Look how low your ears are.
Touche, Cody, touche!
I will take this.
Dude, those are mine!
Ah, and now I feel like dancing.
I'm beautiful in the way, this time it's no mistakes. I'm on the right track.
Cody, this doesn't look good! He's styling all over his balls!
Excuse me, I didn't hear you clapping. Wait till I tell my dad on you. By the way, I didn't hear you clapping either. Trust me, your balls are next. Now get rid of that child. It disgusts me.
You got it, boss.
Somebody should definitely do something about that. Cody, you're useless. I gotcha! Gonna feel that one tomorrow.
Oh my god, are you okay? I think there might be some internal damage.
Drama queen.
Mister, you are in a lot of trouble. Come on, boys. There's no reasoning with him. Let's strut away fabulously.
Damn it, that's fabulous. Sorrow me boy. Who are you? The name's Monkey D. Luffy, and I'm here to get you out of here.
Dude, that's awesome, but how?
I'll come up with something later. Right now I have a little girl I want to mess with. Quick, eat this! Then he said it was the best thing he ever tasted.
Really?
No!
I think you guys should know why Zoro's tied up. It all started 1 month ago.
Yeah, I'll bet it did.
Everyone, look at my wolf.
To Grandma's house we go! All this food is fucking delicious!
Stop it, you big mean wolf!
Oh no, that girl has got some moves.
What did you do that for?
That's for wearing a purple suit in public.
Bored now.
That was a total waste of time!
I'd like your finest dish, please, for me and my 2 sailors here.
Live it right! You want another one? Come at me, bro!
Mister, you are in a lot of trouble. Wait till my dad gets here.
Who knows? Maybe I'll switch it up a bit and punch him in the face, too!
Whatever. Red vests were so last season.
Cody, hold me back.
You and Zoro are officially ordered to be executed.
Yeah, we kinda gotta get out of here right now. This would be a lot easier if I had my swords with me. Say no more. I got this one! Jelly hole! Wait, no! Probably just should have walked.
Daddy, someone hit me!
Were you wearing the purple suit?
Yeah.
Then you deserved it! This place is built like a librarian's miniskirt. The f*** are you looking at?
Come on, boys, put your back into it. I don't have all day. Little do they know, I do have all day.
Daddy, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be chasing the guy that hit me! Dad, what was that for?
Son, I look like a Bond villain and there's someone running around that talks like Sean Connery. Shit is about to go down!
Get where is the entrance to this confound place? Screw it. Shit!
Sir, I dinged your statue.
Thank you, Lieutenant Obvious.
Sir, it's Captain, sir.
Yes, I am.
Obvious, sir?
Obviously, I'm a captain.
Sir, I'm confused.
Well, then you're definitely not cut out to be captain then, huh? Carry on, Lieutenant.
I'm a corporal.
You would be!
Would be what, sir?
Worth it.
Hey, how's it going? Okay, see you later. Oh dear! That's coming out of me, wallet. Hey, sorry about punching you in the face and breaking your daddy's statue. Think we could still be friends? Sir, there's a guy down there and he's untying Zoro!
Let's just stand around like idiots until someone does something!
Shit, I totally forgot what I was doing here! Don't let him know! Tell me where I can find the bomb! Hold it right there! No, I'll never find that bomb! Drop Morgan's son! Well, this is a fine mess you've gotten yourself into now, Luffy! Come on, man, think!
Listen, I don't know what's going on, but you gotta get out of here!
Agreement. Oh, shit.
Nice one, Brain. I owe ya. Oh, no, you don't. I had nothing to do with this one. That Shine is a liar. This is not my room. Let's see here. Hey! Get out of here! Go on, shoo! He knows what he did. Yes, swords. Nature's knives.
Men, make 'em Swiss! Cheese, men, cheese.
Not hungry, sir.
I'm up to my tits in morons. Open fire!
No, Cody, what if you're gonna... Hey! Get out of here! Don't worry, Cody. I'm coming for you. That stung like a woman with teeth in a beef portal. But I'm okay. Come at me, bro!
I wish I lived in the golden age, giving it up on the Broadway stage.
That was awesome.
That's right.
He punched me, Dad. Were you wearing a purple suit? Yeah? Well, you deserved it.
Well, you deserved
it. Oh, God. That's
Rest in peace, Dr. Squeaks. So, God. Yeah, because we got to end the week off with a laugh.
That's a good way to end the show.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, you'll see more of that next week. And that's what makes this whole entire channel unique. So. Oh, God. So, as we land this plane, I want to thank everybody that came here today on this brave and Stunning Friday. I want to thank Canadian Spider-Man. That was first one in the chat. Followed by King Dolphin Raymond Feliciano. Dude, I hope your eyes get better. Seeing how they're all diluted and all that junk. Carla Burton, thank you for showing up. Christy, all the way, I believe I'm trying to remember it was Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm right. And if I'm wrong, kill me now. Okay, so and Sunny and Brave Megatron was also here as well. And then Canadian Spider-Man jumped into the chat again. Stark of Iron, Christian all the way out east, Christian Delorme as well. Thank you for joining in. And then we also have Gap After Dark that is still lurking, I do believe, because he was laughing during the cartoon and whatnot. And Ray Lucard as well. Thank you, Ray, for showing up and probably still listening on the road. 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Love that, dude. Dude, if you need somebody on your Friday night comic talk, I will see if I can try to make myself available for you. If you want, that's okay. And Cosmic Wolf, also first time here. Hope you like the show, dude. See
Very
how
cool.
you, an associate of Tom, thank you and welcome. And you are invited to come back all the time as well. So let's see who else showed up, because I like to try to at least get everybody that was here. And of course, over on Rumble, we had Guatemalan Rooster as well. Thank you, dude. I really, really appreciate you showing up on Rumble, all the way and making things happen over there. And to all the other watchers that were there as well, all 7 of you that are still watching at Rumble. So, check out the channel over at Rumble, because you know what? If I end up getting more subscribers on Rumble, then more insanity will ensue over there rather than on the YouTubes, which would be even more fun and more awesome. So, yeah, you're right, Canadian Spider-Man. Yeah, the old stuff is good. So,
yep.
and Gap is going to try to take a quick nap. So I've tuckered him out. So as we're landing this plane, Admiral Teague, what you got going on, dude?
All right. Well, I'll be on in a little while on Rumble and on YouTube. My links are in the chat. I'll figure out what the hell I'm going to do at my show when I get there. I have about 45 minutes to get my head together. Loki scrambled my brain this morning. I will be on Pop Culture Minefield tomorrow. I'll be on Pop Culture Minefield tomorrow with Gary Cassell and Tom Connors. We'll be watching and discussing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I believe 1990. It's the first one. I believe it's 1990.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can find that there. Yeah, if anyone wants to come on my show next and help me get up to speed on the Mutant Turtles thing, I kind of only saw those first 2 movies and then didn't really follow along. The first movie was kind of adultish and then it got kiddish. Anyway, that's what I'm up to.
Yeah. And then there's Turtles in Time.
Thanks for having me.
Cool.
God,
well, people forget the original comics were actually for adults. Well, they were not.
Yeah,
the
they
original
were.
comics, they were adult comics. Yeah.
Yeah, with Mirage Studios.
Yeah.
A couple of people hungry told me the comics actually bothered him. He didn't think they were well crafted. And I was like, hey, man, can you give me a quick turtle primer? Because that's who you talk to if you want to know comics. As we all know Hungry
Very true.
We all know Hungry Boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I DM'd him and his response was withering. He's like, fuck that, no. It was like when I asked him for the Rule 34 of Tuvix, Neelix, and Tuvok with Janeway. He was like, no, and you're a sick person.
Pop Culture Republic, what do you got on the docket?
Oh, goodness. Lots of irons in the fire. About to start doing more stuff, live streams and videos. Just trying to get things finished one after the other.
Sweet. Any topics you're going to be talking about?
Oh, let's see. I may go into, I'm going to do more comic book related material, comic book writing, whatnot, going back to Valiant books, because that's probably my favorite comic book universe. Valiant from the early 90s. That's probably the best era for Valiant.
I think so. So did you say you're going to be doing some writing?
No, I'm going to be touching on comic book
on
writing.
The comic writing.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotcha. And
You'll
the
be
classic
writing
geeky
on top of
leftist.
this
That
comics.
could be coming. I have no idea. I mean, I've always
How
been
about this?
interested in creative writing.
Do
Real
it.
quick, why don't we buy one of these new woke comics, right? White out the dialogue boxes and see if we can fix it. So maybe you can be writing in your comics. That's
That
a
actually would
worthy
be fun.
experiment.
I
That
like
would
That's
that
a
be-
idea.
worthy
yeah.
experiment.
Oh,
Like just pass it around. Like
that's
everyone
true.
does one frame, and you pass it to the next
Yes.
YouTube creator, and they do the
Oh,
next
we
frame.
could so do
Try
that.
to save the story.
We could so do that.
That
Oh,
might be
that
a
would
fun
be-
game when someone hits like
Yeah.
a milestone member chat or something, a milestone member number.
Yeah.
That might be. Maybe
yeah.
we'll do that on my channel. We'll try to
Oh.
fix like the new She-Hulk because I saw it. It was drawn so poorly.
Well, I'm still curious
Yeah.
to do a read along with the what's her name's comic book, but that's not till next year. No, I
Oh,
don't think.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
just gonna be
yeah.
The menopause book. Yeah.
my menopause powers.
Well, it's a
Jeez.
new original
Menopause powers
character, so I
activate.
do support original characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a chance.
I'll give it
They
props
found
for
a way
that.
to subvert that one, didn't they, Pop? This,
Yeah.
You were supporting original characters until this one, but I have to use the power of the hot flash.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, more power to
the
you.
power between the thighs.
Can you imagine if it's like Godzilla,
Oh,
King of the
God.
Monsters, where the menstrual power builds up and it just blows out like Godzilla radioactive bloom?
Hey, Bob, I know we're supposed to be casing this joint, but I get the odd feeling that I smell something baking in the oven. Something yeasty. I don't know. So,
She's at that point where she's having dry dreams and wet farts. What?
oh, God.
Run
Yeah.
away,
Soundtrack by the
run
Yeasty
away.
Boys.
Classic geeky leftist. You got anything going on?
Well, again, stay tuned for the channel. We're still developing it. I might be getting a new mic here soon, which is going to help with a lot of things. I actually got
cool.
some paid work done. I actually got paid for some commercial work, and I got to help a friend
Yeah.
film some shorts tomorrow. I'm using my cell phone because I didn't get the grant. Getting your phone, but you know what? Hey, I'm going to do guerrilla shooting. You got my cell phone. Hopefully, it's not too windy. And she wants me to help her film some shorts, and I'm getting paid work for this. So it's coming
Very good.
together slowly.
Very
What
cool.
matters? What matters?
Exactly.
Sweet. So, oh yes, and before I leave and cut the show out, more than likely sometime next week. I don't know if it'll be a Tuesday show or a Friday show, but I might make it a Thursday thing, kind of the last thing I did with the comic creator Al Nickerson. Flip City Magazine, you can check them out on Twitter, you can find them on Facebook. Flip City Magazine, they're pretty much like the modern day, more extreme, more amped up Mad Magazine. Okay,
Oh, I used to love
once you
Mad,
guys
yeah.
out there in the chat, oh yeah, on Rumble or on YouTube here, if you guys are still listening, go check out and go find either on X or on Facebook, wherever you go, check out Flip City Magazine, okay? Because these guys would like to do a show. And I'm thinking about I'm just going to hash out some of the details with those guys, but I'm probably going to be doing a live broadcast with them on hopefully Thursday, if things work out well. So you'll be talking to all of the creators of Flip City Magazine. Check out all their stuff. Oh God, they just take everything and turn it up to 11. So,
And with that being said, let me add
good.
on to that quickly. And if anybody hasn't liked, subscribed, and shared, don't forget to sub to this gentleman, because then you won't miss those episodes.
And make sure you haven't
Exactly.
been unsubbed from this gentleman.
That's right.
Like and sub
Yep.
everybody here, actually. So
Like
there
and
you go.
sub.
Yep.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly. And subscribe to these guys too, because what they're doing is hard work as well, and to provide all of you guys entertainment up the yin yang, as it
And
were.
let me say this. Can I just say this just quickly? As an 8-year-long YouTuber who gave up that channel and is trying something new, it's harder work than people think it is. It is bloody hard. Oh,
Yeah.
It is. Also, I
might-
want to add that pretty soon I'll be really, really close to being monetized. So all of you guys in the chat, if you can also share this as well, I'd greatly appreciate it, because once I get monetized, because apparently you got to apply for monetization, once that goes through, I will be holding a contest. I will be holding a quiz to everybody that's in the chat. And you know what? I'm just going to show you guys right now. I have questions.
Oh,
So, yeah. I got
Pay attention
questions.
to everything, Joe.
I got 18 questions that I'm going to be asking the whole entire chat. Okay.
So be
Just
sure to
let you
freeze
guys know.
frame that, and you
Yeah,
can get
no.
the question.
I flipped it
And
around
go
fast
back
enough,
and look for those
everybody.
episodes.
Exactly.
That's right.
So whoever gets the most right answers is going to win a prize. Not going to tell you what the prize is until that day cometh. So,
But with that being said, sir, good sir, don't forget you can do watch alongs. T's been pushing on it. I'm pushing on it. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. It'll get more hours quick.
exactly. So the stipulations are: you have to be subscribed, you got to be active in the chat, and when that when I post that video, when that live action when that live show is going to be happening, spread it around, and encourage people to join in and subscribe, because it could be you out there that wins the next prize, because I did it at 250 subscribers, 500, 750. I was going to do it at 1,000, but seeing how YouTube changed things, that you only need 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours, well,
wow,
things are kind of
Go for
changed.
that monetization
Yeah.
value, and then once you hit it, boom.
Exactly. So from all of us out here on this wacky panel to all of you guys in the chat, thank you very much for joining on Frantic Fridays, and we hope that you come back on a Titillating Tuesdays and watch and continue and support these
this
guys on their channels.
And
And
Thursday's
yes,
big get with the Flip City comic people, right? Did I get that right?
exactly. With Flip City
Yes.
Magazine.
Flip
Yeah,
City
more than
Magazine,
likely
sorry.
it'll be more than likely this Thursday. So like I said, I'm going to be
Sweet.
talking with them and try to hash out all the details. So from everybody on the panel to all of you guys out there, catch it on the rewind, and thank you for joining in, and we will see you next time live on Titillating Tuesdays.
That's right.